Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to a third and final day of ALR. And it is bronze tonight, goodness me. And it is bronze tonight, I should say. And we are about to get going one more time then, indeed then. So this is going to be good stuff indeed then. Of course, last week was an absolutely fantastic end to a brilliant race, wasn't it? I got to say, it was absolutely fantastic. It really was, wasn't it? I got to say, Mike with his first ever victory as well. It was brilliant, wasn't it? It was fabulous. It was drama, and just what you wanted to see as well. You can see the track map is on our screens right now, indeed, and you can see this Bahrain International Race Course been on the calendar since 2004, if I'm not very much mistaken on that one. It's good. It's been ever present on the calendar, apart from 2011, I think it was, where there was a civil unrest there, wasn't in the country, wasn't it? So that's why that was skipped off the calendar that year, unfortunately. But and the year before, of course, they had the old they had the very long track, which was, I thought, was a bit rubbish personally. So that's just my opinion on that one. Right then, so yes, we are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, we are live almost everywhere in the world apart from the other streaming platforms like Twitch and all that kind of jazz. Right then, so then let me quickly get up the stand-in, shall we? And we'll before we got to do the old usual stuff first before we get going, don't we? Right then, it's Emerson's I've already posted an essay. Goodness me, I'm going to have to get me reading glasses out in a minute, anyway. Anyway then, so in the driver's stand-in set, it is Mike with his first ever race win. Fantastic race, that's right. He won from velocity by 13 hundredths of a second. I gotta say that was so nip and tuck. That's the closest finish I've ever commentated on. That is the closest finish in ALR in all three divisions as well. It was very much nip and tuck, wasn't it? So congratulations to Mike there, and he leads the championship early on then. Second position at the moment is is Velocity with Noonday in third position. Williams had a fantastic start on it. They've got a rich history in ALR. Williams have already in its early inception. Incredible stuff, isn't it? Curly Red in fourth position, on 8 points there. We've got Sean Hammers in fifth with Energetics in sixth. Lucius is in seventh position so far. Only 7 runners and only 7 of the full-time drivers scored last week. In the constructors then, we got McLaren on 31 points so far, but Williams 3 points behind those with those very impressive displays, very impressive displays there, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed there. We got AlphaTauri in a third position on their debut in ALR Bronze. Good stuff indeed. Ferrari in fourth position. Fifth position is Racing Point, or Mercedes, or the Pink Mercedes, or Tracing Point, whatever you like to call them this year. And sixth position is the Alfa Romeo, powered by the Ferrari. Right then, as you can see, we've got a car. Oh goodness me, now Mercedes are bouncing up and down. Of course, made the most of that silver Mercedes, as from now on it is going to be black, isn't it, from now on? So good stuff indeed then. Right, as the Mercedes then just coming out of the pits now then, and we've also got, so I've got an email saying that we're live. Excellent stuff indeed then. That's the only time I ever get an email, really. So to us, that's the only time anyone really wants to get an email, isn't it? We've got a couple of reserves in the on the old track tonight then, haven't we? We have got Ayrton, who is leading us up the hill there into turn number 4 as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. We've got Woods there making his first time race of F1 2020 on ALR tonight. Good stuff indeed then. We have also got Shane Mack then, who is back in action, and again in the Mercedes. Well, I've got a bit of deja vu here, goodness me, as Fran there is missing a lovely helmet there from Ayrton. Lovely stuff indeed. So I'm just taking a bit of a breather there as I've only just started. I've been a little bit of a fatty today. Goodness me, I've had Starburst, I've had nuts, I've had everything. Gosh, that's the perils of working from home, isn't it? Really, as the fridge is way too close, isn't it? I also had a bit of quiche as well. So I'm going to be very much full beans here tonight. Unfortunately, I haven't had any beans for a while, and I think I might have to have some beans on toast to celebrate what is going to be an absolutely fantastic free race of ALR here in Bahrain, in the middle of the desert, isn't it? I see both the Hiltons there have put some comments in. Before we even read out the comments, let me tell you about the qualifying rules as well. And of course, Dan Murphy has also just said he wants some snacks as well, as he is going to be enjoying the stream. I have no doubt about that. Lovely stuff indeed then. Ayrton comes over the start finish line now, and he is about to start his timed lap around the Bahrain International Race Course then, accelerating out to turn 3 then as he comes comes up the hill then. So our first qualifying session is 18 minutes long then. This is because we are aiming to lose the the slowest 5 drivers, which is 15th, 16th, no then, it's 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th. I'll get the rules right in a minute. Bear with me, I haven't been doing this for long enough, have I? And then of course in qualifying 2 is a 15-minute session, of course, where the drivers from 11th to 15th will be knocked out of qualifying, but the drivers in the top 10 must start on the tyres which they set their fastest times on. That is the exact tyres, as Mars has left the session there. I think he is absolutely disgruntled with those rules there, unfortunately, but hopefully he'll get back in the not too distant future as well. Of course, I think he was just having his tea actually not too long ago, so Mars might be slightly on the of course he might be slightly on the heavier side in terms of the weight of the car, isn't it? Of course, so I wonder if he might have to just empty his bowels. We got Total Peas, who set the fastest time at the moment there. He's done a 25.9. Then Total Peas, I think, crossed the line first last week, didn't he? But of course it was Mike there who kept it clean and won his first ever race in ALR. Fantastic stuff indeed then, brilliant stuff. Energetics is a second, then we've got Velocity third. Airted has just gone into 4th fastest at the moment then. We've also got Sean Hammers there going to 5th so far. Both McLaren so just crossed the line. Then we've got Mike, last time winner in 7th position, and Ardy Wee is having to 6th position now in the Renault. He didn't last too long in Australia, did he, Ardy Wee? Curly Red there is having the 5th fastest. Lovely stuff indeed there. They're coming over thick and fast, aren't they? Here comes Red Bow. She is on the final turn as well, and in the Haas-set, accelerating out of the final turn then. And let's see what she can do as he comes over the line. Lovely stuff indeed. 4th fastest there from Red Bow. Lovely, lovely stuff then. As Verstappen would say, simply lovely. Good stuff indeed there. Infamous Pillars there is also back in action as well. Lucia Sarah is coming up to the line as well. Lucia Sarah, my new follower as well, as that was a nice surprise, so thank you, Lucia Sarah. Really good stuff indeed then. He is up to 5th fast at the moment then. Good stuff. We've also got a Alfa Romeo, I think, who is going around. No, he's coming in the pits, and I apologise. Infamous Pillars there is out of the final turn as well. He was incredible on those medium tyres last night, wasn't he? He was fantastic, and he goes fastest on a 25.6 there for Infamous Pillars. He is right on the money straight away, he is. Goodness me, good stuff indeed then. We got both Red Bulls there. Gunnar is up in the 12th fast at the moment, and Mike has done his time on the medium tyres, which I probably should have pointed out slightly earlier on, really, but there you go, better late than never, I always say, is that Camera Racer is out on track at the moment, as is the Gort as well then. Yes, so, and just completing off the qualifying rules then, in qualifying 3 there, everyone just goes for pole position then. That is the whole point of the top 10 shootout then, and of course that is 12 minutes long as well. Of course the times were altered, wasn't they, in the I think it was a couple of years ago now, wasn't it? About at least 7 or 8 years, where they went up to 12 minutes in the final shootout, didn't they? Instead of 10. So it's the likes of Belgium and Azerbaijan, of course, where the drivers can have comfortably 2 runs of that pole position, which is what we want, isn't it? So good stuff indeed there. Let me quickly go to the comments, shall we then? Emerson there. Hello, Sean. Best of luck to Ayrton tonight. I'm here tonight to be his race engineer. Oh gosh, that's never a good sign, is it? Hopefully he can have a better race than I did on Sunday. Yes, of course. Unfortunately, Emerson ended up in the hedge, didn't he? On the left-hand side, where just coming down the hill now. He's in good company though. Emerson is, because Hamilton went into that barrier quite heavily back in 2008 as well. Remember, in practice, wasn't it? So that was a scary old shut. Now Hamilton didn't have a very good time here in 2008, did he? As also he damaged his wing, went onto the back of Alonso as well. We've got Ayrton saying, "I love you, love you, Sean." There, pray for me. So of course, I think that Ayrton's done a very competitive time so far, hasn't he? I heard he hadn't done much practice, so he was feeling a bit uncomfortable with the car, as was Velocity today. He was very nervous, wasn't he? He hasn't done much practice at all, but it looks like practice doesn't make perfect at all, does they? Both in 4th and 7th. Lovely stuff indeed then. We got Darren saying, "Evening, ladies and gentlemen." Good evening, Darren. Hope you're well indeed there. Miss Men at Work there is saying, "Hello." I think that's the first time I've actually said your name right, so lovely stuff indeed then. Yes, hello, of course. So what do our newest subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. Well, Glagor is joining the track, isn't he? Fantastic. He is up in 2 second position. About lovely stuff indeed. Shane there is just up the crest of the hills. Right, we've also got Camaro Racer there is also just coming up to the curve as well. 05 in the second sector. Beautiful. We got Brady Sorted, which by the way, I still love that name. That's my favourite name there. Internet's too bad to race. That's such a shame now, because I know about bad internet, especially after last week. Goodness me, there I had to get the old hamster wheel cleaned off, didn't I? Now then, his Camera Racer goes at 9 fastest, and he was quick in Australia, wasn't he? Unfortunately, didn't really get much to show for it. Bradfield is at 13th fastest in the AlphaTauri. Lovely stuff indeed there for the from Bradfield. Here comes Shane Mack. Then of course he raced here last night, didn't he? Unfortunately didn't get any points there, did he, in silver? So he's back again here tonight in car 77 then. Like saying, why am I trying manual gears? I'm going to mess this up big time indeed. Of course, the last race winner there, trying his hand there with manual gears. I got to say, I ain't got a big enough brain to do that, because I can't do it all at once. As Shane goes full fast, man. Lovely 17. We've got Farf in the pits there, but Farf has got a qualifying ban for being a naughty boy, so he is going to be in the pits for most of this session. I should have read my parish notices, but you know, everyone that knows me knows that I kind of forget to do any of my homework, which is standard stuff, really, isn't it? We've also got Tommy saying hello again and best of luck to Shane now. One man army. He says he's excited for the race there, and he is looking good as well at the moment. There's Shane right in the thick of the action straight away, which is what we love to see. Then Woods there into turn 8 as well. Then of course that was also another bad turn for Emerson on Sunday. Really, I think there's some fair figures. For Emerson, the gold racer, probably needs to forget about that, doesn't he? We had a cracking race on Sunday, didn't we? There was a lot of incidents and drama. Last night was, I got to say, last night's race went flyby, didn't it? And I don't think, quote me if I'm wrong there, speak up, Dan, but I don't think there was an incident reported at all in silver. So very clean and precise from all the silver drivers. So hats off to him as well. That's an AlphaTauri there who is going at a leisurely pace there. Woods locking up the inside front. I love it. We're seeing the cars lock up, because it shows that they're definitely on their limits and beyond it. They're great stuff indeed. Then Woods is coming into the final turn as well. This it's kind of 15 is there, but it's not really a corner, is it, as such? That and out of the final turn then, and he comes and he goes into 17th fastest too. He's found 6 turns per second, but he is still bottom of the timesheet so far. So hopefully he can find something now, something there. And on board Mike then, who's up 3 tenths per second up. And Bradfield there is just trying to come back to the pits by the looks, isn't he? Sean Hammers there is 10th for a second down in the middle sector. Infamous Pillars has retired from the session. He is happy with that. Ayrton is also out on track as well, as is Lucius as well. Then Mike then is Infamous Pillars retired very early on, actually. It's only 7 minutes ago, isn't it? Goodness me. Darren is saying manuals faster. Mike, GG for taking the leap there. Yeah, I got to say, he's a braver man than me. I would never go for manual. I tried manual gears once in quite a time trial. It's one of the most infuriating things you can do, isn't it? Mike there coming out of turn 13 as well. They're very much within track limits there. Track limits are brutal on this game, isn't they? Of course, go wide even slightly, and that is it. That is it, really, isn't it, for your lap anyway? Mike then coming out of the final turn as well. He's in 15th for the moment. Remember, if you're 16th and below, you're out of qualifying 1. He goes 9th fastest. That is a lot better there from Mike then. Brushing off those tyres there, indeed then. Lucius there is at 35 hundredths of a second down in the second sector. Ayrton's back in the pits as well. Is at Woods is invalidated this time, so he's going to have to come back in as well. Gunnar has made an appearance there, as is his teammate as well. We've got 2 Red Bulls on the same piece of tarmac there. Lucius there is crawling back to the pits then, unfortunately then. For Lucia said, as Brady Sorted will be watching. Good stuff indeed there. Brady Sorted then, as Emerson there, sub also with a star there as well. I wonder if he means subscribe. Oh yeah, like, share and subscribe there, with also a thumbs up from me. Or if he means the other sub, which is my favourite sub, a Subway of course there. I do love a 6-inch, especially when there's a bit of ham and cheese in there. Oh gosh, my goodness me. I love a Subway. I think I've got a voucher somewhere actually, so I won't be using that bad boy tomorrow tomorrow. But then again, it's only Wednesday, really. I've got to really watch my Oda 5s these days, aren't they? They're getting thicker and thicker every day. And I'm not really, I shouldn't really be a thick boy because I'm quite short. Anyway, then there's Lucius there, started another lap that he's a 10th for a second down this lap again. Lucius is, it looks like his first lap was absolutely fantastic. So he's really struggling there to, improve at this stage of proceedings there, isn't he? We've also got a McLaren there who's just on the side of the track as well then. Oh gosh, just had a quick look then. Oh. As Darren said, we had accents, Sean, that's why. We had no accents, Darren said. I was thinking, what? I couldn't remember seeing any accents. The only thing I said was very Larry was V-Top that had a big old lunge in turn 4 hours. That I gotta say, it was a cracking lunge, but it was a controlled lunge. If you can act with a controlled lunge, it's controlled as you like there, wasn't it? It was brilliant stuff from V-Top, but unfortunately it didn't materialise, but he didn't damage his car or anyone else's car either, so he went straight through the middle. Yeah, Darren's right, no accents at all last night, I gotta say. So I think Dan was a bit bored, wasn't he, last night? I think he was quite happy to, because to be honest, I'm not sure what's going on there with Lucius's DRS there, but we'll leave him to it for now, because there's a couple of oh goodness me, there getting a bit tail happy there. Camaro is on the old traction zone there of turn 8 and into 9 and 10 as well. Lovely stuff indeed there. As we've got Tommy saying Shane aiming for the top 2 there. Good stuff indeed there for Shane. Michael, can you not change to auto gears there? Of course, I think auto gears is, someone said, was it Darren said that they are slower, aren't they? Oh goodness me, 1200 a second down at the moment there. Camaro is, and as he goes over the curves, that is it. And unfortunately that's his lap done, and he is unfortunately not going to be able to complete a lap, so he's going to have to go around again with 3.5 minutes to go then. So he's got enough time in the bank there. That's the same length of time as the step song Here and Now then, as I was listening to that earlier on stage to try and get myself through the working day. Gunnar there coming over the line there, he's 15 fast. He is now into qualifying 2 at this moment in time, but as Farf is also ready to pair as well. I think Farf's got a qualifying 3 or 2 bad, hasn't he? Or he might even have a qualifying 1 bad, but of course he is probably ignoring the rules, isn't he? Which Farf shouldn't ignore the rules because he's the head admin, of course, so I think he's got a qualifying 3 ban. Farf has. Of course, Farf took those medium tires so far into the race last time out, didn't he? He was 1 lap short of being a superhero, wasn't he? Unfortunately, he only finished 14th in the end, but he did finish the race, so that's always a positive from Farf, and we'll see what he could do in this event now then. Nunda is in the pits, as is Maz as well then. We have also got, gosh, my phone keeps missing the comments there, so sorry guys if I keep scrolling over you, I don't mean to. Farfare is coming over the sorry, I've got an itchy ear. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Farf coming over the line. He goes 13 fastest, Farf does there. He's a 2/10 of a second in front of RDW. Farf's strong point is definitely not qualifying, is it? Every race I've commentated on with Farf, well, it was some of the best, Farf's best races, I should say, of when he's been coming from behind. He's been brilliant at that, hasn't he? Really good stuff indeed there. He likes to strike when behind enemy lines, don't he, Farf does. Bradfield is found 0.8 of a second in the middle sector, so we're expecting a major jump up here from Bradford with just 2 minutes to go in this session, everyone. So yes, keep yourself on your toes here. It's going to be like a fruit machine, isn't it? It's going to keep tumbling down. The times are Bradfield improves by a second, and he is in 7th position. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Bradfield. Sean Hammers, I think, is just coming over the line as well. I'm not sure what happened there, but for Sean Hammers, Gunnar is in the pits by the look, so that might be the end of Gunnar's qualifying day, unfortunately. And so that's a shame now. Farfair is just on an in lap of the one, and we've got the other Renault of Ardy Wee, who is also in the pits there. He is perilously on the he is, unfortunately, he is very yeah, he's on the cuss there, isn't he? Which is what I meant to say, really. So, yeah. But I needed to spit that out earlier. Woods there is on the lap of the one there. Woods is at a 27.9 there. I wonder if there's anything more in the tank there. Sean Hammers is 2700 a second down at the moment there, isn't he? It's very close there for Hammers, and but currently he is staring into the abyss. The abyss is the drop zone of the drop zone of Q1 then. He needs to find less than a 10th of a second. It is nip and tuck between Ardy Wee and Sean Hammers there on the left-hand side. Tower. Gunner's out qualifying. Maz and Nunda are out qualifying as well. Woods is also starting us up. We're looking at Woods. We're looking at Sean Hammers. Is it going to be RDW and Camera Racer that is going to be taking the walk of shame? We'll find out now. And in the second sector, he's down still then, Sean Hammers. He's not improving on his personal best. He needs a mega final sector there for Sean Hammers then. And let's see what he can do then. He is coming down the hill now then. And what is he going to do then? Is this going to be enough? 14 locks up the front right there. Sorry, the front. Yeah, it is the front right. I got it right. Incredible. DRS is right. No, yeah, he had DRS. He's a bit slow there. And he's 54 into the second down. Hammers, I think, is out of qualifying. Well, he can go around again, actually, if Hammers can. But I don't think he is there, as he's pulled off to the side. Woods is improved by 0.2 of a second in the first sector. What about the second sector as well? Currently, his he needs to find 0.8 of a sector at this stage of proceedings, and Woods does as well as sorry, I was just getting rid of a notification. 0.4 of a second, and it's a lock up on the inside right there. These tires are going to be like 50 pence pieces by the end of it, and goodness me then. And he is coming down the hill now then before rising back up once again then. I'm going down again. It's like a roller coaster down there, isn't it? Out of the final turn, Woods is, he's in the pits there, Woods is. And he has called it a day there. He is 18th in the qualifying session. Unfortunately, we have also lost Nunda, Maz, Gunner, and Hammers all out of qualifying one then, unfortunately, for those guys. And those guys would be spectators just like me then into qualifying 2 then. Just taking a quick look at the old comments then as well then. Whilst we're just watching Sean Hammers tour back to the pits then, as unfortunately he is out of qualifying now. Emerson saying, yes, I do mean Subway Sean, good stuff indeed then. Chicken tikka for me. Oh gosh, this is a bit of pig today. I can't really have anything else, can I, in terms of food wise. But got to say, Emerson's really tingling my taste buds there, isn't he? Oh, I do love a bit of chicken. We have also got Darren saying, yeah, he can in return in terms of the auto gears and all that kind of stuff. It's interesting, isn't it? Same with traction control. If you turn off traction control, well, I shouldn't say apparently, that is quicker, isn't it? But if you master it right then, I tried to turn off traction control. I got to say I was spinning around quicker than a Catherine reel, really. So that's why I had to turn it back on. So I got to say it's an art, isn't it, to get the manual gears going, to get the also to get the traction control going as well. It's incredible stuff, isn't it? And anti-lock brakes, which got a lot of people got them switched off, haven't we? We've seen over the past couple of nights actually those tires locking up. I'm absolutely loving the action. It's brilliant. 17 then. Ayrton saying Crofty out shorted then. I'm not sure where Crofty's gone then. At the moment I'm definitely inside then. Fire shot and Monster Energy there. I gotta say I've been very good on the old Monster Energy lately. I've definitely taken a break off it just to see if my sleeping patterns can get better. Well, kind of are really, but I keep waking up with a bad stomach at the moment, so I'm not sure what I'm eating there. As we've also got Nunda qualifying is going to be interesting, and unfortunately I haven't seen much of Nunda yet, but we might see more of him in the race, and he had a fantastic race as we mentioned in the standings earlier on there. Brilliant 5th place there for Nunda. We've also got Brady Sort. The update has gone live mid qualifying. Oh gosh, that's not good, is it? As now with Brady Sort is denying him any chance of rejoining at the moment there. Of course there is an update, isn't there? And I think we've been waiting for it all day. It came onto the Xbox One earlier on, didn't it? Then it and it hasn't transpired for the PlayStation. Now all of a sudden it has there. I think that's the Black Mercedes one. The other big update is of course Perez's and Stroll's gloves are now right, which I got to say I'm sure everyone is so happy about that, aren't they? I'm definitely happy about that. Right then, just taking a quick confirmation then. In terms of the graphics, out of qualifying is Nunda and Massa. They didn't set a time. Woods in 18th position, Gunnar is in 17th, and Sean Hammers is currently in 16th position. And those guys are out of qualifying, and that's where they are going to be starting then in this race coming up in the about half an hour's time or so, give or take. Mike said I will for the race. I think I'm not quite ready yet then. As we got an echo there, wasn't we, from Farfair. I think Farfair saying, so we have noise, but Sean has an echo. Good stuff indeed there. Yep, lovely stuff. Yeah, I've just taken a look. Then there's a lot of that's what there's also a lot of noise about the old about the old update as well. But anyway, let's move on, shall we? We have just taken a look then as Darren saying work into it. Mike offline autos offline because auto puts you in the wrong gear, doesn't it? Kind of thing if you go on manual. Yeah, indeed it does that. But Tommy saying looking good, Mike. There in the top 15, good stuff indeed. There, Darren there, a big Gunnar fan. I have no doubt about that, and you see in the chat as well there as he's got no Gunnar. I did get draw today, Gunnar. That's what, of course, Gunnar. Gunnar needs to finish first, doesn't he? Oh, a bit of a burn there as well for the Irishman, isn't there? There you go. That's what you get for having an argument with you about the stats. No, but of course, Gunnar actually, if you add all the leagues together, Gunnar is the most experienced driver in ALR. He's been with us since the start of season 1. This race as well. He made his debut in ALR Gold. Remember, it wasn't even called Gold back then, was it? Season 1 of ALR Gold in Bahrain, and he has been in every single race ever since. Well, more or less. There's only been a couple of races where he has missed here or there, but yeah, Gunnar there, ever present, isn't he? He's got great, he's got absolutely cracking attendance there, Gunnar has, hasn't he? I'm sure he had the same in the school as well. Mike is, and we've also got Darren saying Gunnar does it so he could chat in here. Yeah, I think that is the case, isn't it, for Gunnar? Of course, I think Gunnar doesn't really enjoy qualifying too much, does he? I think that's what he does. He just wants to have a chat in the comments and see what's going on, doesn't he, really? Anyway, then it's sorry guys, I've got to get the old telemetry there. Goodness me, I'm on my back foot now. Brady Sword is Maz. By the way, the internet is meant. I've missed Quali Plus. I can't even rejoin because of the update. What a shame now from Maz. Of course, is Brady sorted then as well. Yeah, he tells me every week, and I kind of remember who you are, but I only remember after you tell me. Total Peace is out on track at the moment. Remember, he crossed the line first in Australia in bronze, didn't he? But of course, there it was Mike who kept it clean and won his first race. Fantastic 17 there. We've also got Lewis Spencer say, "Hey, let's get it, Shane." We've also got Tommy saying, "A brilliant Shane there." Farfus just finished dinner. Good stuff indeed there for Farfur. I'd like to know what I think Farfus was having a Chinese. I think from what he was telling me in the pre-lobby. It's a shame he didn't offer me any, wasn't it, really, Farf? But there we go. We've also got being a racing point, Jorik. I can never say I've noticed the gloves there. To be honest, I don't think anyone's noticed the gloves, really, have they? But it's a big update nonetheless, isn't it? We've got Narain saying, "Hi, hello, Narain. Welcome back, indeed." The fourth card said, "Get it down, Shane. You've got this, buddy." We have also got Gurman saying, "Come on, Curly." Lovely stuff, indeed. There, as Gunnar said, nearly took the eyebrows off with that burnt, Sean. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm a man who gets burnt quite a bit there, really, and that's because I'm ginger, really, and I turn into a lobster when I go outside, even when it's on an overcast day. We have also got Darren saying good race last night. Gurman, yeah, Gurman had a fantastic qualifying, didn't he? If you missed silver, I suggest you watch back. It was a quality race. Dan it got 2 for 2, didn't he, in silver? But Gurman had got pole position twice in 2 races as well. So it looks like it's gonna be a duel, isn't it, between those two? Between us two, can Gurman get pole position in the new race coming up next week at Vietnam? Oh goodness me, I can't wait for that. There, I know a lot of it's a Marmite track, isn't it? You either love it or you hate it, kind of thing, don't you? I gotta say, I'm looking forward to actually just watching. It's gonna be brilliant. Toll Pease on the medium tires head is gone into it's gone into faster so far. Lovely stuff indeed there. But Pillars has gone faster still by 2/10 of a second in the Ferrari. Lovely stuff indeed there. We got a Haas coming out to the line as well, and it is oh no, he's just starting us up. My apologies there. Curly Red there's coming to the line as well. Also on the medium tires. Remember, only one person got the soft tires to work last night, and that was the infamous Pillars there. Really did a good job, didn't he? RDW is in full position. Lovely stuff indeed there. Ayrton on the soft tires there is in third position. Well then, so Ayrton rolling the dice. Good stuff indeed there. The Australian Grand Prix winner is coming out of the final turn as well. He's also on the soft tires, and he goes at 26.999. Good stuff indeed there. Good accuracy there. What about Bradfield? He comes out of the final turn as well. Then DRS right on the money for Bradfield, and this is a 28.1 there for Bradfield. He is 7th fast moment there. We got a Williams of Velocity in 5th position there on the medium tires as well. Then the majority of the field is on the medium tires, isn't it? I feel that is definitely the more sensiblest option, isn't it? in terms of race strategy, but anything can happen in ALR, and it usually does. Lucius has done a 49 there. I hazard a guess, and it's, he might have more in the old piggy bank in terms of time then. Camaro started his lap then. We're just watching Rentbo now as she comes through turn 13 there, hugging the curb then, almost going wide then, but keeping it within track limits. Lovely stuff indeed. Now done the back straight as well. We've got I've seen that Renault go off twice now, completely off the track there. Of course, the circuit map on the right hand side of the screen now. I love the circuit map. It was introduced halfway through last season, wasn't it? Rentbo looking fantastic, isn't she? Once again there, this time driving the Haas. And my goodness me, of course, she's absolutely fantastic, isn't she? We got Camaro, who's also a fantastic driver in of his own right, isn't he? He was brilliant last in Australia, wasn't it? Unfortunately, Camaro didn't get the result he wants. A DNF for Camaro, so can he there can he wipe the slate clean and get some points on the board here tonight? The beautiful thing is then that we're in round 2, but we got the same amount of races we did last season for silver now, because we had 21 races last season. We got the longest season ever in ALR with 22 this season, and goodness gracious me, Camaro almost off the track there. I thought that was going to be a invalidation of a lap there, but goodness me, he was very much on the cusp, wasn't he? Into the follow turn there for the beautiful purpley, I think it's a dark blue actually, isn't it? Helmet there from Camaro over the start finish line now, and he goes at 10 fast at the moment now, out of 11 runners so far there. And someone just jumped up there. Lucius had a much better time, and he is now up into 6th position. Here comes Farfen out of the follow turn there, because Farf had a great strategy last time out, but that's not a good lap at all from Farfair, and he is down in 12th position at the moment. Here comes the Gore. I was quite surprised with the Gore's pace last time in Australia. He was more in the midfield, wasn't he? Remember, the Gore was challenging all the way to the line in Azerbaijan. Last time we seen him in bronze, wasn't it? Of course, there he was on the podium, but in Australia his pace didn't seem to be there, did it? We'll find out what he can do here at the moment then. A lovely over-the-shoulder shot from the Haas driver as well. Beautiful stuff indeed then. We got Darren saying good race last night. Oh, I've read that one, sorry. Forza saying a bit weird watching the bronze, but go on Bradfield there. Of course, Forza stepped down from the Haas seat, unfortunately there. We got Gurman saying thanks man, the first stint was not good, but felt loads better after going onto the hard side for Gurman. I got to say, yeah, Gurman was, I was quite surprised how far back Gurman dropped there. Which is unfortunate there, but hopefully, but of course, on the harder tire, Gurman was looking a much more stronger pace, wasn't he? Very impressive indeed. There, we have also got, sorry, Dan's also commented as well, though, so I might ignore that one. Court coming into turn 13 as well. Darren is saying, I don't know if it's me, but the Haas is difficult to drive. Interesting stuff there. Of course, these cars are meant to be equal performance, aren't they? But we heard the whisper with Red Bull last season, didn't we? Which that was a very difficult car to drive there. Really, it's the Gort's in the pit then, so he's abandoning his lap then. Energetics is on the lap at the moment. We've also got, I'm loving that helmet there from Shade. I absolutely love it. Look at that American flag there on the side of the crash helmet. That's absolutely stunning stuff from Shade. Now, I love that helmet design. That's really good. It probably doesn't mean a huge. It probably means absolutely nothing there to Shane, but I love your helmet. It's good. Anyway, then Energetics there in the middle part of the lap as well. There's 3 DRS zones around this circuit, so there is going to be it's going to be an overtake festival. I have no doubt about that later on. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things, but I'm hopefully not wrong about that one. Energetics there into the second split as well then. He's got one more corner to go then. We've also got Darren saying even though they're supposed to be equal, yeah, that's I think that sorry Darren, I just looked down and read your comment afterwards. Really, I should have read both of them together. But yeah, you are right, Darren. It's I think that there is a lot of speculation. It's that a lot Energetics goes full fast. It's good 17 there from Energetics. Lovely 17. Of course, the man who was on pole position this time last week. Now Shane goes into 5th fastest there in the Mercedes. Lovely 17 there. Stepping in for Frank, and he is in at 5th position. Lovely. Oh goodness me, and that's and who is that? That's Energetics there, who's facing the wrong way into turn 1 there, and so Energetics there unfortunately has had some issues there, and it's come back out on track now. Mike is on the soft tires. Interesting strategy here there for Mike, and I gotta say we got a lot more soft tires than we had in silver last night, didn't we? Talking of silver, Dan saying silver race last night is epic. Proud of the silver lads. Good luck to bronze tonight there. Yeah, the silver lads did a cracking job. No, as we said earlier on, no incidents reported. And can we do the same game here tonight then. Good stuff indeed there. But of course, I hope that doesn't put you off trying to go for the overtake, because that's what it's all about in a Formula 1, isn't it? It is about being competitive. It's about being the winner and being the champion, isn't it? And of course, if you don't go for a gap, are you a racer driver anymore? That is the question, isn't it? But of course, it was great to see absolutely ultra clean racing in Silver last night. So hats off to those guys. And not an incident reported. Good stuff indeed then. But it's a bit of a balance, really, isn't it? Of course, there's always good. Even though motorsport's meant to be a non-contact sport, there will always be some. As Mike goes fast there on a 26.2 then on the soft tires. Then so Mike, I would say, has almost nailed his colours to the mast there of going on the soft tires. Interesting stuff here in a Bahrain. Loving that. We got energetic 25 seconds off the pace at the moment. We got a couple of guys on an outlap road. We've got an Alfa Romeo who is that's energetic. So we've got Curly Red who's just appearing out the pits now. RDW is on track, and we got a Haas as well of the Gore. I haven't said Tom yet. He's on the medium tires, and good stuff indeed then. As we've got just having a quick oh goodness me, I gotta say I'm sorry guys, I'm struggling to keep up your comments tonight. Goodness me, you're very chatty, ain't you? Gunnar saying Gunnar or Gavin. Gunnar's real name is Gavin, isn't it? But I'm just going to call him Gavin Gunnar. Yeah, it was a great race to watch. It was a good race to watch last night, Dan. It really was, wasn't it? As Tommy's saying, nice Shane, wicked helmet there. Yeah, it's a great helmet. I'm here just to listen to the commentary. I must admit there from Blair's video channel. Oh, great. Good stuff indeed. Thank you there, Blair's. I gotta say, I'm surprised you can even understand me, because I'm being from the Forest of Dean and all that kind of stuff. Oh, but I'm surprised you understand all the waffle that I talk about, and I talk about a lot of nonsense as well, really. But there you go. There you go. The Gore has started his lap then, and he has cut up into turn 4 as well then. But hats off. I love all your comments there. It's what keeps me going. What keeps me going. Forza saying glad Renpo replaced me. Her speed and Estrella is good there, and she's proven it again here tonight as well then. As Gunnar saying Sean loves a good helmet, Tommy. Indeed I do. We have also got so Darren is asking why Forza's not racing, because unfortunately Forza has decided to step down, unfortunately, which is just a shame really, because Forza, a former winner in a bronzer back in Silverstone in round 5 last season. It was an epic win as well, wasn't it? So it's a shame we're going to be missing a Forza in bronzer, so it's such a shame now for Forza. But yes, I think his replacement there of Renpo's doing a fantastic job. Her teammate, the Gore, is really struggling at this stage of proceedings, isn't he? As we got Brady sorted, my updates nearly done, so hopefully I'll be able to rejoin for the race and see those black Mercedes. And I'm hoping that don't cause any issues for you actually be able to get in this session kind of thing, because we're on a different update now. I wonder how that's going to work. Well, that's going to be interesting to see, isn't it? The Gore there has done a 29.6 there, but I don't think that's his best time yet, is it? Well, it is technically a qualifying too, but I feel that there is more in the bank then, isn't it? We got Mercedes of Ayrton out at the moment, and he is doing a cracking job in 7th position. Lovely stuff indeed then. RDW is 5 seconds down then. His teammate Farf is pursuing him in the background, so we're going to keep an eye on what Curly Red is doing. He is powering up the hill. Lovely stuff indeed then. As we've also got Darren saying that Forza's a D-pad, oh goodness me, Forza is a D-pad man then. Torpedo's retired from the session there as he feels he is safe. Just under 2 minutes to go. My goodness me, these qualifying times are going too quick for me. I gotta say, I gotta get myself a move on really, don't I? Curly Red there coming out of the final turn, and he is in the pits there. Curly Red is in the pits. Is this in for Curly? Oh goodness me, I think that might be done there for Curly. What a shame there. Lucius on that lap at the moment. Infamous Pillars is also back out there as well. Mike is retired from the session then. Unfortunately there from Mike then. Bradfield is half a second up then as he's coming down the back straight. He's coming down the back straight. We're on board then with Bradfield now. Sorry, I've got an itch in my ear again then. Goodness me, it's this long hair. I need to have me mop cut. Bradfield is into 10th position there, and he has knocked Curly Red out. RDW is also out of qualifying as well. Goodness me then, and that's going to be a shock. What about the Gore? The Gore is also out of qualifying. He's coming over to the grid now, and he goes into 5th fastest. Is that going to be safe on the medium tires? And Farf is also out on track as well. We've got a Williams in front of us. What about Ayrton? Ayrton coming to the line. He is 2nd fastest there in the Mercedes. Good 17. Made the most of his silver Mercedes. This is the last time we're going to see the Mercedes then before it becomes the black Mercedes, which of course Mars is already in front of us on that front, isn't he? As he has already downloaded the downloaded the update as well, hasn't he? So it'll be interesting to see if that's going to cause any grief or not, is it? Here comes Farf. He going wide there, but he is still within track limits there, Farf is. And I'm wondering then if he's going to have to go around again then, Farf. He's improved his time, but it's not enough there for Farf, so he's going to have to find some more time. Bradfield is out qualifying. Velocity is on the cusp then. Lucius there is at 200s down, I should say, or 200, yeah, 200 down, that's what I meant to say then. He is 200s down as well, and goodness me, it's getting very much different attack there. Lucius there into the final turn. I don't think Farf is I think Farf is out there still, so the likes of Lucius and Velocity need to make sure they complete their times. Lucius improves by a 10th at the end then. Shane is out. Oh, but he's Shane was out at the on an outlet, but he's out of qualified. Infamous Pillars retires then. Velocity, there's yellow flags fluttering all around the course then. Camera Racer is retired as well, so unfortunately we have lost Bradfield, we have lost Curly, RDW, and what about Farf or Velocity? Which one of them two is going to be out of qualifying then? Velocity is powering up the hill. We've got a Renault which is chasing him as well then. Let's go on board with Velocity then. Yellow flag there, the final turn. Velocity is at 5/10 of a second up there. That should be enough. Red Bow might be also staring the abyss as well. She is in 9th position there. The Gore is retired then. So Red Bow, Velocity, Farf. Who is going to be the one taking the walk of shame then as we come into the final turn as well then? Velocity out of the final turn. Is he let's see what he can do then. He needs to he's gained 5/10 of a second of a second. His 5th fastest there. What about Farf? What's his time? He's a second up there, and Farf is through into qualifying 3. Unfortunately, Red Bow is out of qualifying 2, but she by 4 thousandths of a second from Shane in that 10th position, but she gets to choose what tyres to start the race on, so that potentially might be that potentially might help her in the strategy stakes as well then. So that's unfortunate there, isn't it? As goodness gracious me. Just taking a look then to just taking a look at the old comments there as well. Sorry, got to catch up then. Yeah, to Becca Jones there, aka Renbo. I was just said that Darren, I've nicked her Forza seat then. I'll try and do him proud that Renbo currently out qualified, but as I said, that is not a bad position anyway. Then Darren saying you're doing a better job anyway. We have also good stuff indeed there. As we've also got Dan saying Stoya is Australian shot. I don't know what. I'm not even think I'm saying it right, am I? Oh gosh. I can't even read. And we've also got Shane there. It's the new helmet in the item shop. Well, I absolutely love it. That's a cracking helmet. That's a brilliant helmet. I think that's actually one of the best helmets I've seen on the game now. Forza saying I haven't stepped down for good. If I can get life in general a bit sorted, then I'll be happy to come back. Good stuff indeed there, Forza. We'll welcome you back with open arms. Definitely, of course, a very good driver in ALR, and he's been a long time driver as well, Forza. So good stuff indeed. I think he drove in gold, silver and bronze, hasn't he, over the course of the last couple of seasons. Good stuff indeed. We're on board Farf at the moment. Nothing is happening out on track at the moment. As Farf is taking his time coming back in the pit set. Brady sorted Mars saying hope it would be possible to rejoin, but if not, I'll be watching and cheering on my teammate Curly Red, Velocity, Energetics, Redbow, and Total PZ. I was going to say BZ. It's like that film, the B movie. I love that film, by the way. Emerson second there by Gooner, as he's now starting off the rumours. Gooner is, isn't he? I think a lot of the rumours that we hear from Formula 1, I reckon that Gooner just starts off just for fun, really, doesn't he? So to be honest, he's probably started off the Sebastian Vettel rumours about him going to Aston Martin, hasn't he, really? Anyway, out of qualifying, then we've unfortunately lost Camera Racer, which is quite a surprise, isn't it? RDW out of qualifying in 14th position as well. Curdy Red in 13th, Bradfield in 11th, and Rentbow in 11th as well. Bradfield's in 12th, by the way, so I can't count either. Into qualifying 3, we've got Shane, Lucius, Gort, Velocity, Farf, Total P's. We've got Energetics, Infamous Pillars, Ayrton and Mike, both on the soft tyres. Ayrton and Mike is. Everyone else is on the medium compound tyres. Lovely stuff indeed then. Right, we're going into qualifying 3 in just a few moments' time. As oh gosh, my tea was repeating on me then. Gosh, I've got to say it was a very nice tea, but I don't think that was the kind of thing I wanted. Anyway, yes, we're going into qualifying 3 now as well then. So we've got 12 more minutes to go in this qualifying session before we get into the race itself. And I've got to say, we're doing very good time here tonight. Fantastic. And 8:15, lovely. We've got Darren saying you got a lot of teammates breaded there. He has, hasn't he? He's, I think that he's a man of the people, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed there. And of course, it's really good stuff indeed then. And thanks to Blair there for subscribing. Good stuff indeed there. And I think that's our 215th subscriber. Goodness me, then. That's incredible, isn't it? I'm loving that. Dan Murphy said, I was just about to say the same Gooner. We have also got Dan saying that Farf is sandbagging to make himself look like a hero. Well, that's standard stuff for Farf, isn't it, really? There's a lot of sand around here as well, then. So Farf is definitely not going to be in shortage of sand by any stretch of imagination, is he? So we've got 2 Ferraris that can qualify in 3. We've got 2 Mercedes that can qualify in 3 as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. So they are now just pouring out of the pits then, and we got a Williams there on track straight away. It is Velocity, and he was very nervous, but my goodness me, he doesn't need to be nervous at all, does he? Looking very sharp, isn't he, in the opening stages of this event here tonight. Remember, the beauty about league racing in ALR is that we do both qualifying and the race in the same time, literally. Well, not almost the same time, of course, because that'll be very interesting, but I mean the same, exactly the same time as the race is on as well. Then if you can make heads and tails of that, then you're a better person than I am, because I don't understand a word I just said there. Anyway, but all we need to know is that there'll be the race on in the next 15 minutes of time then, which is what a lot of you have come to see, isn't it? The main event, of course, here tonight. And great stuff indeed there, having a lot of you viewers out there as well. Great stuff indeed. I'm happy you're all here tonight indeed then. Brady sort of dead saying the only one of them, only one of them teammates rest am I rooting for as well. If I can't join there, as hopefully Brady sort of can then. I haven't seen him come back in the session just yet then, so we're fingers crossed then. He's got about 15 minutes there as well then. Darren saying that Emo sandbagging, so we don't think it's him then. I think Ayrton's doing a cracking job at the moment there. Ayrton is, isn't he? Even though, because Emerson, it's up beside his broadside, isn't he? Because Emerson is not working tonight then. So good stuff indeed there, and let's see if we can help Ayrton out. Even though I dare say that probably Ayrton may not need help then, because he might just be more keen to this track there. So Velocity there getting very wobbly there out of turn 3 there, wasn't he? Goodness me, into the first DRS zone as well. Look at that, he's almost off the track there, isn't he? It's incredible how much these cars use on the outside of the track. It's absolutely impressive stuff, isn't it? They're going to need some sand tires, aren't they? Velocity has just started the first intermediate now, excuse me. Oh, there we go. And anyway then it's oh gosh, I've got a tickle in my throat now. Of course there as a Velocity coming over the hump of the hill as well in Nicholas Latifi car number 6 then. So of course the last one to have car number 6 there is of course the world champion of 2016 and the much beloved Nico Rosberg. And I've got to say, by the way, he's got a new meme, hasn't he? Now after that, was it that fan TV behind? I think it was turn 12 in Hungary, wasn't it? I got to say that was the whole of my race in Hungary. I love that that TV fan screen, by the way. Which I also like the guy with the milk as well, cheering on Lando Norris. So I think that really made my race, really. So it's absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Then right into the follow turn then for Velocity, and he is out of turn 15 as well. Turn 15 is a nothing turn now, so Velocity's not going to be too interested in that. All he's interested on is that time, and he's done a 25.9 then. AlphaTauri is next there. Total Peas is done on pole position at the moment there. Good stuff indeed there. We have also got Alfa Romeo coming into the pits as well. Here comes Shane Mark out of the follow turn then. Let's see what he can do then, and he goes third fast at the moment then. We got a Ferrari out there. Lucius there. DRS on the money as well. They're very quick at the DRS button these days. Full fastest there. Lovely stuff indeed. And Mike, who is the winner of Australia, he was also fastest in qualifying too. He needs to be fast. Farfis have been, of course, there he had a qualifying ban. Now we got the Gore coming out of turn 14 as well. Then, of course, in the Haas there. Let's see what the Gore can do then. DRS on the money there for the Haas car. He is second fastest at the moment. But look at the gap between the Peas and the Gore. My goodness me, and that's an impressive gap to say the least. As just infamous pillars there, just trying to get up those tyres indeed. Then good stuff, Fed. So as I've just seen a very funny message there, is that Dad was telling Farf to retire, and Farf was missing in action as he wandered away. Probably he was enjoying his Chinese too much there. We've also got Darren start medium Becker there, as Darren given his wisdoms there. Remember, he had a fantastic race last night, didn't he? Really good stuff indeed there from Darren. Absolutely a brilliant race indeed. As Dad is saying, don't forget Farf has a Q3 ban. Emerson GG Ayrton, good stuff indeed there. as Emerson's also saying shh, Darren, as well. I think that was for the comments earlier on board with Infamous Pillars at the moment now. Can he get in front of Total Peas? I've got to say Total Peas is looking absolutely phenomenal at the moment. Energetics hasn't set a time yet, though. Remember, Energetics has the most pole positions in this division at the moment, though, doesn't he? So you can never count out Energetics. I think he has 5 pole positions now in his career. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Brady sort of said, it doesn't let me join, sadly. Different version of the game. Yeah, I had a bad feeling about that. Such a shame indeed then. Really disappointing there for Maz. What a shame indeed then. Emerson saying, I got a contact with Red. I'm not allowed to drive Mercedes. Got my company car and all that. Yes, I think he's got a Megane, hasn't he, Ayrton? Emerson has good stuff indeed then. We've got Forza saying Becca Gunsteiner expects a good start, don't want to let him down. And also he's saying good luck as well, by the way. I gotta say you don't let Gunsteiner down. Goodness me, one of the most scariest man in the paddock. He's been around the paddock for such a long time, Gunsteiner. I think he's with Jaguar, wasn't he, in Red Bull. Infamous Pillars has gone into second fastest, but Total Peas is at a fantastic time, hasn't he, so far? 25.2 there. Maybe I didn't appreciate that time as much as I should have at the time. Now that's a fantastic time now for Total Peas. I'm potentially, oh sorry, I've knocked my headset. I'm potentially, I've got to stop waving my hands around. I'm getting too excited. And anyway, what was I saying? Yes, but potentially that could be his first pole position there of bronze as well there for Total Peas. Lovely stuff indeed there. Favre's got 12 minutes to sit in the pits then, as Toronto, so I think he deserves it, doesn't he, really, for that qualifying free bar. Energetics are coming up into turn 4 as well. As I said, he's been the most successful in terms of qualifying. And remember, Energetics there was I think he finished third in the championship last year, didn't he? Or second, I can't remember now. I'm going to have to look at my notes there. But he's in. Oh, he's a rock up there for Energetics there on the inside front there for the Alfa Romeo car. But he comes out of turn 8 as well into 9 and 10 in the Kimi Raikkonen car as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. We got Mike saying this has just become a 1v1 between myself and Ayrton there. Of course, I think that was in Q2. Sorry, guys, I'm way behind there. We were almost finished qualifying 3. Gosh, you guys do talk, don't you? I love it indeed. Then, of course, it's absolutely good stuff. You guys do add to the stream. I remind you, you're more important than this ginger guys talking over fast cars going round in a big old circle. Anyway, as now we're coming into the final turn as well. Energetics are looking at the right front there. Goodness me there. Stamping on that brake pedal there. DRS right on the money. He is second fastest there, but it's not enough. Total Peas. Goodness me then. He has really set the benchmark, hasn't he? Velocity there is just in front. I wonder if he caused Energetics to have a bit of dirty air. Well, that'll be interesting indeed. And it was up to 5 seconds of dirty air, isn't it? And he was definitely within the 5 second window there. And to be honest, you can see how much the dirty air goes back on the car behind, because if you watch the Formula 1 cars in the air, how far the spray comes up and back down is really, that's the dirty air turbulence zone, isn't it? It's incredible, isn't it, to say the least. Impressive stuff indeed then. As guys Gunnar saying you spot Emerson wrong, Michael there is when Michael said it's between himself and Ayrton as well in a 1v1 there. As you're taking a look down the comments as well, then goodness me guys, you've been fantastic stuff indeed there. The fourth car is saying Shane Muck F1 there for P1 there, good stuff indeed there. Gunnar start on hard, so they can take more spins there. As good stuff indeed then. Is Gunnar saying he does prefer to start on the hard tires, doesn't he? Gunnar is a hard tire specialist. Lovely stuff indeed then. It's a Ville 1-2 at the moment there. Really good stuff then. As Brady sort of just said, not anymore then. Blair's saying this is fantastic. Murray Walker, yeah, no, that's where I get the fantastic from. I've watched too many classic races. Into the pits there comes Velocity as well then. Mike is out on track now. He's 10, he's 100 for a second down in the first sector as well. What about the second sector? Well, we'll find out in a minute then, because he's not in the second sector yet. It's Lucius is coming up to the second sector now. Oh gosh me. Oh, he's almost 3 tenths of a second up there in the second sector. Lovely stuff indeed there. We've also got Darren saying good luck for the race, Gunnar. As Gavin saying that cheers, but then indeed, oh, very nice there. Oh, Lucius is about there this time. That's not nice, is it? And now Mike then is about to finish his lap as well. Let's see what he did. He's coming up to the line as well. No, yeah, he's coming up to turn 14 and 15 then. Now he's coming up to the line, so I'm looking at the wrong car. For some reason, I was looking at a Ferrari on the track map. Now here comes Mike. He's out the final turn. Is it enough? It is to a tenth of a second down. Mike is he ain't going to improve that. Has he got enough time to have another crack then? Lucius is going again then. Has he got enough fuel on the car? Well, we're going to find out as well then. As you can see then, great car match. Oh goodness me, there's Lucius there, almost taken off the trackside camera. Mercedes of Ayrton is out of the pits, as is Shane Mack F1 as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. Lucius is 800 a second down on the first sector. Goodness me then, indeed then, as Tommy's saying, which wheels did Shane qualify on? Thanks guys. I think it was the medium tyres. If he got into qualifying free, he's on the medium, starting on the medium tyres for the race as well. Yeah, I do pay attention. You see, guys. Yeah, I'm very proud of that fact actually, because I have to write everything down if I need to remember anything. Lucius then is into coming out of turn 11 as well then, before powering up the hill then as well into 12 as well. Then Rob Bohr with the Ferrari driver. It went all pear-shaped at this stage. My goodness me, he's quicker than last time. He was only 3/10 up. He's 3 and a bit tenths up this time around. Then in the background there is one of the Mercedes as well. As they're just about to start the hot lap now. Less than a minute to go when the final countdown is on. Then I'm getting data vu. I think I said that last night. And here comes Lucius out of the final turn. Then let's see what the Ferrari driver can do. It is fifth fastest there for Lucius. He has become an incredible qualifier. Brilliant stuff indeed there for the Ferrari driver. Lovely stuff indeed there from Lucius. Good stuff. As we got, is this DRS error is going all kinds of shaky there, isn't it? Infamous Pillars there, as he comes over the line then, and I think that Infamous Pillars is starting his lap, so I'm a bit behind the 8 ball as well. Here comes the Gore, he's coming over the line, he was a whisker away, he's found a bit of time, but not a lot there. Total Peace is just starting his lap as well. Alpha Romeo of Energetics is also starting his time. We got Velocity also starting their time set, so we got a lot of cars just about to start their time. Here comes Ayrton on the back straight, he hasn't set a time yet. This is going to be his one and only time. He's one and done then. And now up into the now coming up into turn 11 and now into turn 12 so just on board then there's Darren saying softs. I think Tommy might be wrong there. Tommy's saying right, so I saw mediums were set and he came back out on softs. I'm sure he came out on softs but went back but didn't set a time. I don't think so. I'm sure that Shane is on the medium tyres for the race but don't quote me on that because I could speak a load of rubbish. And Darren is almost certainly right then. Ayrton purple sector 1 there from Bailey. Good stuff indeed. Incredible stuff then. Ayrton is a 9th fast and he'll be starting 9th on the grid there for Ayrton. Lovely stuff indeed then. What about Shane there? Shane Mack F1 then. He's violated his time. Shane has water. Shane there for the Mercedes driver. And that is it. He is done. What a shame there. It's a Lucius off the track there. But what about Infamous Purge? He's looking at the second Ferrari. He comes over the line. It's second fastest. My goodness me there. 200 of a second away from pole position. It was all about inches. Total Peace has a 10th of a second down there in the second sector. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. What about the Gore? The Gore is in the pits as well. What about Energetics? And Energetics is the man who's usually on pole position. Is it going to happen tonight? No, then. He is a whisker away. Look at those times there. A 25-2, 25-2, 25-3. Velocity has moved himself up into 4th position. Wow. What an end to qualifying. And Total Peace is in total control. He is on pole position then for the Bahrain Grand Prix then. His first pole position of bronze then. Brilliant stuff indeed there from Total Peace then. And once again, showing he's got some incredible pace out there, hasn't he? As Tommy's saying, look at those Bronze League times there. They're amazing. They really are, aren't they? Goodness me, then. Very fast drivers indeed. Fire Shot saying, Energetics, let's go. We've also got Darren saying, anyone else be ill for Monaco? So, as Darren's already thinking a couple of races ahead there. Of course, we've got Vietnam next week, haven't we? I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a cracking race. It really is, isn't it? We have also got Bailey saying, yep, we got 2 guys who's going to be sick for Bahrain. As Dan Murphy saying the top 3 are too quick for bronze in his opinion then. As Tom is saying gold level pace, really good stuff indeed then. Times from all 3 leagues are impressive this season. They really are, aren't they? They have broken, remember that when we was talking about the lap records, it was set way back. A lot of our lap records have been set back in 2018 on the F1 game, aren't they? and they're being smashed, aren't they? Of course, Jochen had the lap record, all-time lap record around here, which is actually set in the Red Bull in season 1 of ALR, wasn't it? Those times have been absolutely smashed so far, aren't they? Impressive stuff indeed. Then, as we are now then getting ready for the race as well. Look at that, 1800 of a second separates up Pillars and Total Peace, and lovely stuff indeed. And Energetics in third, as Dan was saying, those three are rapid to say the least, aren't they? Goodness me, they're absolutely fantastic. Right then, as we are now getting ready for the race itself, and I'm glad you're all joining us here tonight, and this is going to be a fantastic race. This is day 3 of ALR then. It's like a big party, isn't it, for ALR? But instead of the weekend is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday then. So probably 3 of the worst days of the week have now really been ramped up, haven't they? Of course, I got to say, I do quite like Sundays. So of course I have a lovely Sunday roast, which is cooked by my housemate. Absolutely fantastic. We had pork earlier on Sunday. It was lovely. Yeah, really good stuff indeed then. But yeah, Sunday is one of my favourite days because of F1 as well, as Sunday roast said. But of course, Monday and Tuesday probably my favourite days, really, because it's the beginning of the week, isn't it? Wednesday gets better, Thursday gets okay, and then Friday is party. Right then, we're into qualifying. No, we ain't. We're into the race, I should say. Goodness me, then. I don't know where I am in the world. I don't know why I'm allowed on here sometimes. Got to say. So we're just taking a quick look then. Lewis Spencer there, great comment there, thank you Lewis. Well, you ain't going to like me anymore because I can't even say his name, but he said big shout to the commentator, thank you Lewis. Yeah, so I'm only here because I allowed on the racetrack and they can't get rid of me. Mike is saying that you're telling me off in terms of the top 3 are so quick then, as Energetics is saying, you know my race, Dan. As Tommy saying thanks to Sean, what a guy. Oh, thank you. But I'm glad someone's called me a guy. I haven't called a guy in a long time. We've also got Emerson say, good luck, bro. Darren said, you got to finish first. Good luck, Bronze. Show us all how it's done then. I'm absolutely devastated to see that Maz is not in this race. I really am there. What a shame there for Maz. Absolutely devastated indeed. Of course, he's on a different game now, isn't he? But, well, his car's in there, so, but I think his car is going to cause it's going to be causing absolute nightmares out there, isn't it? Right then, let's go for the grid show from front to back, from pole position all the way down to 20th on the grid, even though there's 19 cars ahead. So I hate to say it, but we have to ignore Maz tonight, as he is just a ghost there, as he is now in front of us, as he has got the 1.06 game update as well then. So that's what I'm going to be doing after this race, getting that update going and then going to bed. Lovely stuff indeed then. On pole position is Total Peace, his first pole position of his ALR bronze career. Fantastic stuff from Total Peace. Remember, he was on it like Sonic last time out in Australia, so I'm expecting more of the same here again tonight. Infamous is second on the Ferrari. Lovely stuff indeed there for Infamous. Third position is Energetics there, where the man who's had the most pole positions in bronze. Fourth is Velocity. Look at, he said he was nervous, but my goodness me. The Gore is in much more familiar territory tonight in fifth position. Lucius once again shown he is fantastic in qualifying. Seventh position is Shane McF1 there. Unfortunately for Shane McF1, he invalidated his fall top, which he might be higher up. Mike on the soft tires, Australia winner. Ninth position is Ayrton, also on the soft tires as well. Farf, who got a qualifying ban, is in 10th position there. Rentbo just outside the points, but she is on fresh medium tires in 11th position. Bradfield is in 12th position. Curly Red is in 13th. Artie Wee is gone for the harder option of 14th position. Camera Racer down in 15th position. Sean Hammers, usually the man who is more or less up there, is down in 16th position. Gunnar is on the hard tire, just like he said he was. Woods has gone for an attack of option expect. Woods, a veteran of the league race, hasn't he? You know, he's only just starting to get back into it. Curly Red and Artie Wee is retired from the session, disqualified from the session there. Maz there is ghosting, and Nunda is in 20th position as well. Nunda had a fantastic race in Australia. Can he do something? Can he do something special here tonight? Then? And look at them all. Is this just a feature of what is to come? Then look at them though, as they are lined up free abreast, going onto the grid. That this is going to be fantastic stuff indeed. Then, and here we go. Then we are about to get racing as well, guys. As the tension is building up. The drama is amazing here. This is going to be fantastic as well. On board Nunda. He had an extra packed Australian Grand Prix. He's going to get more of the same here in Bahrain. We are on lap 2 already. Goodness me, there. We're already counting down then to the start of Bahrain. And we got a couple of. We had a 4 start last night. We're going to get the same here tonight. Hopefully not. 5 lights are on, and we are go. No, and it's a great start from Total Peace. And we've got a bit of wheel spin there for Pillars, and that's why he's dropped down to second position already. Energetic alongside Total Peace going. to turn one, but Infamous Pillars are Simon on the inside. Great start indeed then, but Infamous Pillars is second out. We got contact. There's a car around. Velocity is around. He's spun it, and he is right at the back of the field. What shape then? Coming up the hill then is we got Peas, Pillars, Energetics and Yellow Flag Stands. We got any contact. We've got more contact. Velocity's had problems as well. And both Williamses have dropped right down the order. There is a appalling start. Oh, sorry, and Nunda there has also dropped down as well, hasn't he? But he was starting near the back anyway. Nunda was and Peas is leading. Pillars a second. Energetics is in the wall. What's happened there then? He is skating off and gone into the wall there. And what a shame there for Energetics. He's out of his virtual safety car already in this session there. Oh, goodness me then. He just slid straight into the wall there. And it's a severe collision there with Gunnar. It's the virtual safety car. Down 13 positions goes Velocity. Both Williamses are near the back at the moment. And Poland started. Hammers up 4 positions. 4 positions. Woods as well. Lovely 17. 6 positions for RDW. Goodness me. He took off like a scoring cat, didn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed there. And the Gore also down 5 positions as well. Virtual safety car is where you have to adhere to the delta, isn't it? And oh goodness me, and there's we got a driver for plenty for Nunda for speeding under the safety car. Oh dear then. And right then, let's go again then as we're back racing then as we come through the complete lap 1. Lucius is having the third position. Oh sorry, I missed that. Fantastic stuff. Favre is up and past Ayrton. He passes Ayrton, and Favre not giving him any wiggle room there, is he? And coming through the complete lap 1 then, of course, the total Peter set the fast on the race, of course. Into the pits comes I think it's the Ferrari of Lucius then. And then now we're on board with Mike as well then. And now they're coming up onto turn 1 as well then. As you can see they're jumping around, then they as a Mars up into 9th position. Fantastic stuff from Mars there. No, he's floated for the field as well. Infamous Pillars is in 10th position then. No, he's in 2nd position. I apologise. Mike then is all over the back of Far for the moment. And now he's got on the inside. Far on the medium tires. Mike is trying to make hay whilst the sun is shining. And even though it is night time, of course, there, I mean, in terms of the tires that he's on then as well, then ignore that tower. He's trying to sort itself out. It's a bit like me. I'm all jumbled up and all over the place. The Gore is the Gore is a red bow going up the inside of Ayrton, not quite there as well. Yellow flag in free. There's a car. It's a Bradfield there just coming back on the track then after visiting the scenery as well. Then Nunda in the pits. Then Curly Red is also coming in the pits as well. And they're both fitting the hard tires. Then Peas is leading. Infamous Pillars is second. Fantastic 17th there. 2.4 seconds. The gap is back to Shane. And then we have Favre who is 3 seconds back as well. We got Gunnar who is I'm not sure if it was Gunnar or not then. I apologise, I'm just blaming Gunnar. We got Mike in 5th position. Ayrton is in 6th position there on the soft tires. Renbo's up to 7th. Fantastic. In past the teammate Lagore is down to 8th position then. 9th position is RDW. Brilliant time, brilliant stuff for RDW. Hammers there is in 10th position as well. Lovely 17th there. Woods up to 11th position. Velocity down in 12th then. As a camera racer in 13th position. And look at this, he's all over the back of RDW. RDW is on the hard compound tire then. As here we go now, as we're coming over the good answers. Woods has had the fast race. He is lighting in the bottom at the moment. Woods is fantastic. And Hammers is going up the inside, but Ardy there. Woods, I think I'm going to look at the Gore and say, oh, did he overshoot turn 1? Not quite. And look at these cars there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All in trading there as well. And it's now powering up the hill once again. And Hammers is now alongside RDW. He is past RDW, is he? He's got the inside into turn 4. Oh, goodness me. RDW there has got an amazing brake pedal on that Renault. Fantastic stuff indeed there. And he has braked so much later than Hammers. And he has kept his position as well. Oh, RDW though got a 3-second penalty there. Penalty to Bruce on this game. Oh, and look at this. His Hammer's going to go on the inside. Not quite. The McLaren is on the outside. It is Woods on the outside. Oh no! And there's contact then. As I'm not sure if he's seen him there, did he? And now Velocity is on the outside of Woods and flies on the outside into 11 and 12. No, it's 9 and 10. I even got confused where I was then, goodness me then. So Woods there unfortunately lost a lot of momentum now, isn't he, on the back there because of having to take evasive action on board with Renbo at the moment. She is in 7th position at the moment now, 7/10 of a second behind Ayrton. Ayrton and Michael, the only two on the soft tyres there in the top 10, and Woods is the only other soft runner in 12th position as well then. And look at these cars still nip and tuck at the moment. The gap at the front there is 6/10 of a second as it stands at the moment now. It's 5/10 of a second. Then DRS will be enabled then. And Infamous Pillars also set the fast up the race. That is Renbo is in the pits then. As she got a penalty of some kind where she's coming in the pits there, Renbo is. And I'm not sure what's happening there for the Haas. Oh goodness me, we need to we'll worry about that a minute because Infamous Pillars is taking the lead. And so something gone wrong there at all, P's. I'm not sure, but something's gone wrong. And now Hammers has passed Wee. And now we got Velocity now all the way back of RD Wee as well. And they come up the hill and RD Wee is very slow. I'm not sure what's happened to RD Wee. Then he is having some issues there. Oh goodness me, there's contact then, but Velocity is through, passes RDW, and now we've got Woods there who's on the soft tires. He's going to have more perch there. They're going to be alongside. Oh goodness me, oh locking up there, almost going into the back of RDW, and good break in there. Oh, and Woods on the outside there as well. RDW will have the inside. Woods looking at the right front again there. Those tires are taking absolute punishment here at the moment there. I'm told, Pete, last time I looked, it was 5/10 of a second. I wonder if he had a mistake or something. Interesting stuff indeed then. As they come out of turn number 10 now as well. Yellow flag. That's a Ferrari. That's a Ferrari. It's Lucius who's gone the wrong way around there, and he is just recovering now. Then, so Lucius is great qualifying. Unfortunately, hasn't it's not gone right at all there. I say unfortunately, Renbo is. I think she might have had a drive-through penalty there. Cause she's down in 15th position, but that's just me surmising there. So that could be complete rubbish. But by the looks of it, she has that because she's still on free lap over medium tires, but they get that lap counter is also from the it's also giving me a curveball at this stage of proceedings as well. Then as now Velocity is a 3/10 of a second away, 2/10 of a second away. Ayrton is also alongside. Ayrton's alongside. Ayrton's not alongside himself. He's alongside Mike. He passes. He's up in the 5th position. Lovely stuff indeed there. Velocity is also passed. Hammerson moved up into a 10th position there. Woods is also up into 10th position there. I don't even know what I'm saying there. I'm all over the show, and Woods up to 10th position. Velocity up to 8th then, and Ayrton up to 5th then. That was brilliantly summarised, wasn't it, really? I should have said that first time around, really. Oh, goodness me, then. More lockups there from Woods there. Really stamping on that pedal, isn't he? Sean Hammers there is at 5/10 of a second away at the moment. We're on board with Hammers there. Velocity then, who on a difficult start. Oh my goodness, Shane is out of this race then, and a safety car. He's got off in the traction zone of turn 8, and that's our safety car. That's the earliest safety car we've had in the bronze event, and he's got off. What a shame. Now it looks like he got on the power, and it spun it, but him and Farf were very close together. What a shame now for Shane. He is out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. What a shame there, and absolutely devastating indeed then. Tommy is not up here that at all then. Really difficult stuff indeed. And Dan is saying for Ayrton to box. Dan also said that Energetics lost the back end there, which is a shame as well. So we've lost two cars already in this race. Shane out of the race and Energetics out of the race as well. Lap 5. Who is going to come into the pits then? The soft runners are definitely out. Well, also Infamous Pillars is in the pits then. So in the pits is Pete as well. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? I mean, what tires are going to go on then? Ayrton in a fantastic 4th position at the moment, and he's doing a fantastic job. I've got to say, my bet is doing very well at the moment. As oh gosh, I'm going to open up a whole can of worms there now. Of course, being a professional commentator like I am, I should be doubling in the old Betfred 365 or whatever it's called. Is it, or is that? No, hang on. Bet 365, yeah. And Betfred is something different, isn't it? You can tell I gamble a lot, don't you? Anyway, Velocity is currently leading this race. Then they are unpitted. Nor has Hammers even. Pillars is back on the pits, as is Peace. Well, Gunnar is also up in the 5th position as well, and good stuff indeed there for Gunnar. Farf is out in 6th position. Ayrton on the medium tyres, and Mike is on the hard tyres. So those hard tyres going to get in the race from there, possibly. Well, who knows then? We'll have to find out. And Camera Racer on the soft tyres, as is RDW as well. Interesting stuff here. Maz is now up into 12th position, but he is a ghost. Unfortunately, we're down to 17 cars, I should say. We've got Curly Red there, who also pitted earlier on as well in 13th position there. Bradfield 14th. Woods, Red Belt on the hard tyres. Lucius and Nunda then. And there is the safety car. Lovely shot here. So we have got oh goodness me, I thought that Velocity also went into the wall there as well. Similar place to where Shane did, but no, he's just taking more of an acute angle then. What a but good stuff indeed then. As now we're just watching then Velocity, I should say. 2 retirements then already in this race, and on lap 6 out of 29 then. Unfortunately, 2 cars have visited the wall quite early on then. So Velocity, after having a very difficult start to this race, is now leading the pack then, and that's why he said the great Murray Walker says anything can happen in Grand Prix racing, and it usually does, doesn't it? And goodness me, anything does happen here tonight, doesn't it? We got 2 soft compound runners of Camaro and RDW. Very interesting stuff that is. So Really, let's see what they can do there and how long those tires going to last for. Safety car is staying up for at least another lap, I believe, as we're just waiting for Nunda, who is at the back of the field at the moment, isn't he? But let's see what he can do there as well. And Butter looks, touchwood, Nunda's got, of course, he had a couple of interweb issues last week, didn't he? But I've got to say, he's looked very good so far in the race so far. So well done to Nunda, and I love this shot. And look at that there, that's incredible, isn't it? That bit of tarmac, that bit of racetrack looked absolutely sensational drive, isn't it? And Bahrain does look beautiful as a night race, doesn't it? Of course, it turned into a night race back in 2014, didn't it? And that's one of the most epicest races of the hybrid era, wasn't it, as well? Back in 2014 with Hamilton and Rosberg battling away to the line there as well. And that also showed, that was the first race where Mercedes really showed how scarily dominant they were at that stage of the Formula 1 proceedings they were, wasn't it, really? Because that was incredible, wasn't it? I think Perez finished third in the end, didn't he? And that was a cracking race, it really was. I really enjoyed that race. So there was a lot of negativity going into that race as well in Formula 1, wasn't there? A lot of negativity about the hybrid power units, about everyone being boring and all that kind of stuff. Well, that was a great race to really answer the critics to, wasn't it? Good stuff indeed there. There's been some other good races as well around here as well. One of my favourite ones was, I think it was 2005 actually, where it was Alonso and Schumacher round one of that season, really, because they had two great races, didn't they? They also had a great race in Imola as well. But 2005 was a fantastic race, wasn't it? So Ferrari brought out a new car, didn't they? And it was quick, but it was very unreliable. And I think Schumacher had to retire, unfortunately, didn't he? I think it was turn 10 where he couldn't slow the car down. Then there was all kinds of, I think it was hydraulics, wasn't it? Don't quote me on that, but I think that Schumacher unfortunately had to retire, and that was a shame, really, wasn't it? That was a bit of an epic race, but we had an absolutely stonker race, didn't we? I gotta say, one of my favourite races, really. Now, back then I wasn't really a Schumacher fan as such, but his race in Imola, I think, is a stuff of legends, really. He was 3 seconds quicker than anyone else on the track. The likes of Fernando Alonso, Kimi Räikkönen, the best version of Kimi Räikkönen as well. The Kimi Räikkönen 2005, I think that, is a Nunda going wide there. The best version of Kimi Räikkönen was 2005, I believe. He was brilliant that season, and unfortunately McLaren let him down. I think McLaren had the best car that season as well. But yeah, Schumacher 3 seconds quicker than anyone else. I think he started 12th or something like that, and my goodness me, that was a scary race in terms of how quick Schumacher was then. So then there's the safety car still out. We've got Williams there, front and back then, as I've done my history lesson now. I've waffled on for way too long. Let's get back racing, shall we? Lap 7, we're going to be on lap 8 now then. Velocity is the safety car. We've got Williams at the front and Williams at the back then. They are currently second in the constructors then. Velocity is the de facto safety car. We are going to get racing in a second then. When's he going to drop the hammer? We are go now. It's Velocity is, I thought he was coming in the pits, but he might have been trying to might have duped Hammer, so, but he definitely duped me, didn't he? We're back racing here in Bahrain, and then look at him in the back, that's three abreast, it's Gunnar, it's Farf, it's Ayrton, it's coming into turn one then, Gunnar is standing on the brakes there, Farf is on the outside, Ayrton's going on through as well, oh my goodness me there, and Gunnar chopping off the nose cone of Ayrton there, goodness gracious me there, and then coming up the hill as well, Woods has dropped down the order, Renbo's also on a good old scrap as well as they fly up the hill. This is brilliant stuff indeed then. And look in the background there, Lucius is got past the Mazda. I've also got Nunda now up into 70 position as well. Velocity leads, second is Hammerstead, and look at this, and infamous Pillar, he was fantastic on the brake pedal last night. He is through it, and it's Hammer's trying to come back at him, but that is a no-go. And now then is infamous Pillars, can he then get after Velocity then? Pease there is got to try and keep up with Pillars as quickly as possible. Farf is also in the ball game as well. Ayrton is alongside Gunnar. Ayrton is alongside Gunnar, but Gunnar's got some speed in that Red Bull, hasn't he? Good speed then as he comes into turn number 10 then. Sean Hammers has dropped down the order as well. Now it's Farf's turn then as Hammers are on those worn medium tyres then. So Velocity might be also feeling the pinch now of Pillars as well. Ayrton is past Gunnar. Gunnar might be a bit of a roadblock, but as I also get past it as well, also misses the another overtake on Sean Hammers there. As Renbo's off. Renbo is off. She is out of the race then. Oh, what a shame there for Renbo on a full debut for the Haas team, and she unfortunately is out of the race, and what a shame there for Renbo. Oh, what a shame indeed then. Flagging free then. As now we've also got Lucius and oh goodness me, we got Woods there as well. Woods is battling away at the back, isn't he, at the moment? And Lucius and Woods are going side by side, going down into a turn number 1 then. And he's also got to have a look at Nunda on the outside. Lucius is Nunda there is just parking in the on the right part of the tarmac there. Oh my goodness me, contact! Oh no! And that's on us. We just sit on the inside. Infamous Players has a 5-second penalty for Peace. I'm not sure how justified that is. But Infamous Pillars was I think he was dicing for the lead then, and unfortunately because of that then as Airchat is having a full finisher. Fantastic stuff there. And now then is I'm not sure, did Velocity shut the door? It was a mistake there from Infamous Pillars. He has dropped all the way down to 12th position. Farfus now up in the 2nd position. Hammers in 3rd position. Airchat in 4th position. Total Peas has got a problem. Peas has got a problem there. I think he's touring, isn't he? It's Peas touring. We're on board with him now then. It's and just taking a look then at P's there. I think he was just letting, I'm wondering why he was letting him by there. As he damaged the car, there is some debris. I think he has damaged the car. Actually, I apologise. He has damaged the car, and yeah, that's such a shame. Now, and he's gonna have to come in the pits because that's a lot of damage as well. Both Red Bulls are also going into combat as well. One on the hard tire, one on the medium. Sorry, on the soft tire. P's doing a very sportsman thing here. Very much. I gotta say, I really need to take an example of Total P's for getting out of the way, really, because that's something I definitely wouldn't do. Oh goodness me, there's Curly P, Curly Wee, as I'm fusing their names together, and Red Bull's left the session. Now George has been enabled there, and his camera has got past good as well. Oh my gosh, is that a Ferrari? That's a Ferrari. Pillars is coming back through. He's over to 9th position. Curly Red is in 10th position. He's going to have a look on the inside. Oh my gosh, they're banging wheels. Infamous Pillars has got up the inside. But my goodness me, Curly Red there is not giving an inch, is he? Brilliant stuff indeed there. Say power up the hill then. Infamous Pillars is sending it. What a move! Is he going to be able to stop the car? He doesn't stop the car. And I think RDW is also in the mix as well. I wonder if Pillars is slightly frustrated at this stage. Mike's got a 3-second penalty, and he has unfortunately lost more than he gained there. Pillars did there, but he loves this. Oh my goodness me! And he's spun it again. Pillars has, and he's gone into the side there of RDW, and the door is always going to be closing there. But he had a great, he had some great overtake moves there last night, didn't he? The Gore is now all over the back of Ayrton. The Gore is now up in the 4th position. Is he? Let's take a look. He's on the inside. Ayrton is on the outside. Ayrton's run wide though, and the Gore is through and up into a 5th position. Incredible stuff indeed then. So Ayrton are doing a good job at the moment, isn't he? But so I think Mike as well. Remember, they was on the alternative strategy. Look at Camera Racer now. My goodness gracious me now. He is flying through the field, isn't he? He's on the soft tires and he does have the tire advantage, but he's having some good racing out there at the moment, isn't he? Good stuff indeed there. The Gore is now all over the back of Hammerson as they're on board and far for Sessions. That's a second away now as well. And the Gore is past. He's up into 3rd position. Lovely stuff indeed then. Is Hammer's going to have a look? Not quite then as they come down into turn 1 then. Farfair is 7/10 of a second away there. We've also got RD Wee who's on the who's battling on the outside then. Curly Red has got the inside as well. Oh, a bit of contact as well as they come up the hill then. We've also got Bradfield and Woods there. We've also got Infamous Pillars there who's on a very difficult race, isn't it? Since the safety car has come out, it's really turned on its head here, hasn't it? Woods is now alongside of Bradfield going up the hill now, and let's take a look then. He is past. He moves up into 12th position there. Bradfield, and the Pillars there as trying to get through as well, but might be a bit of frustration there coming to the surface there. Unfortunately for Pillars, it's very difficult, isn't it? While you're racing and trying to keep your head, isn't it? It's very difficult stuff indeed. That Mike is still all over the back of Ayrton at the moment. Ayrton's on a absolutely supplying drive at the moment. They're on lap 11 out of 29 in this race, and good stuff indeed. That Velocity is leading by 7/10 of a second there, but I think we got to keep an eye on this battle here, which Hammers is now falling into the clutches of Ayrton as well. We got to have a 4-car battle, I feel. Then Hammers, Ayrton, Mike and Mike Spratt, and also Racer as well. Then 3-second penalty there for the Gordon. He is now up into the as Energetics left the session there. He is now up into a 3rd position. He is he's 2 seconds away at the moment, so he hasn't got enough time. Well, sorry, he hasn't. He ain't in the DRS yet. He has got plenty of time though, hasn't he? Because he is We're only on that 12, we haven't even had a half distance yet, have we? Farf is now side by side. Farf is going to take the lead. Oh, Velocity, he does take the lead. Farf leads the Grand Prix. Then remember, he had a Q3 ban. He's now up into a fantastic taking the lead then. Ayrton is having the fourth position. British 17. RDW and Curly Red can't get enough for each other. Yellow flag in one. I don't know what is going on in one. And Velocity has gone off the circuit as well. And I'm not sure what's gone on there, but Velocity. And it seems like our leaders are dropping out of the lead every turn at the moment there. And Gunnar and Velocity are going side by side. There's no damage at the moment. Pease is over in the 50th position. Remember, Mars is not in this race, is he? And Gunnar is on the hard tires. So he hasn't pitted yet, has he? Oh dear, then. So it looks like the lead is a bit of a poison chalice at the moment, isn't it? No one wants to be there. Look at this, and it's a and look at RDW getting very squirrely. As did Curly Red as well. Nunda is going to be very much on the case as well now as they come down into turn number 16. I think it is. It is 16. Look at them all. Look at them all. Oh goodness gracious me! RDW is off the track there because Curly Red is going through. Here they are then, and look at all these cars. Goodness gracious me! They're all over the back of each other. And Nunda is now up in the 10th position then. And oh my goodness me! Woods is on the inside. In contact, not quite, and these guys are skilled, aren't they? Woods is on the outside, Wee is on the inside, Wee is still on the inside. Oh, and cuts across the nose cone of the McLaren there. Wee is still in 11th position there. Good racing there, great stuff indeed then. Now then, his camera racer is now giving Mike all kinds of he was, but I think camera racer is in the pit set for the Red Bull then as well, and so the soft tires didn't last too long, did they? Velocity in the pits while making his first pit stop. The pit window is open then. I love that graphic, by the way. It makes me very excited that Mike is now all over the back of Hammers as well. Ayrton hasn't got away from Hammers at the moment. He is stretching the gap slightly, but he would like to have been out of DRS by now. Ayrton is up to third position. Hammers fourth, and Mike is in fifth position at the moment there. The soft runners doing a good job there. Remember, that's Mike and Ayrton. Lovely stuff indeed then. As Woods come back to this battle here then between Curly, between Nunda, between Woods and RDW. RDW is siren up the inside then. He's on the soft tires, but Woods is going to go back through then. Oh goodness me, there's Infamous Pillars. Lovely shot here from the runner. Oh my goodness, there's contact. That's damage there on the Ferrari there, and Infamous Pillars it's got damage. Yeah, that's major damage there for the Ferrari driver on the front wing there. So it's going all to it's not going too hard at all for Pillars, is it? Damage in the front wing there. He had a good race last night, but tonight it's being is a bit difficult to say the least, isn't it? Mike is now up into fourth position there. Hammers is dropping down into fifth, or is it? Because Hammers is trying to go back on the outside here, but Mike there should have the race. Ayrton's gone! Ayrton is gone! What a shame there! He's damaged the front wing, and Ayrton was up into third position. Had a fantastic race, and it's not gone at all well there for Ayrton. He's got to come in the pits then. Pillars, and that's RDW who's off the track as well, same place as Ayrton. And that's we were saying earlier on there about we were saying earlier on there, wasn't we, about that corner not being too difficult anymore, but it's certainly caught out two drivers here in the space of a couple of seconds. Sean Hammers is now coming on the outside there. Let's see what he can do there as well. The camera racer's got a 3-second penalty. He's going to go up and under. Hammers is doing a good job there on these old medium tyres there. Brilliant stuff indeed. I think Hammers is the only one on the traditional one stop, isn't it? Go into like lap 13, 14, 15, then go on to the medium tyres there. We've also got pissed off for RDW, for Infamous Players, and for Ayrton. And all in the pits are changing the nose code. Ayrton on the hard tires now, and I think Camero and also Infamous as well. No, Infamous on the medium tires then. It's good stuff indeed then. Curly Red, oh my goodness me then, he's very close, and Nunda is also in action as well. Oh great, look at these, four cars, and as Gunnar there is doing a cracking job in fifth position. He's doing an almighty job. He wants to drive today. Oh no, and Who's on board there, and Nunda and Woods have come to blows. I'm not sure how that happened there. I'm not sure if Nunda got on the power on the curb there and half spun it, but unfortunately they've come to blows there. Woods hasn't got damage then, nor has Nunda either. Bradfield is in seventh position. Lovely stuff indeed there from Bradfield as well. Gunnar down in sixth position, but somehow he's surviving all this chaos, isn't he? And he is in sixth position. Gunnar, then that just shows how you just need to keep it clean and tidy, don't you? Especially in race like this, because it is absolute anarchy out there at the moment. A big old lock out there for Woods there, as he is now on the back of Bradfield as well. Farf is under pressure there from the Gore, who was in second position there, with Mike in third position there. Mike is showing some incredible stuff out there at the moment. Wow. Absolutely amazing stuff so far. As into the pits comes Hammerstead. So Hammerstead is coming to the pits, and he will be changed then, I think, onto the hard compound tire then as well. I gotta say, in all these Bahrain races, I haven't really seen much of pit stops, have we? Because there's been so much action out on the track out there, especially in silver and bronze then. And now he's at the inside. Woods is now in the 6th position there. Nunda, we got Gunnar is now dropping down into 5th position there, because Curdy Red is on the 4th there. Gunnar there just showing the nose cone there of Curdy Red, but Curdy Red is having none of it, and he is in 4th position as well. We've got Velocity, who's got past Hammers as well. Hammers has just come out of the pits, hasn't he? He's now on the fresh shod Alfa Romeo, and let's see what he can do from there. So we've got fresh tires there for Camera, Velocity, and Hammers as well. Pease is now in 12th position. Lucius in 13th position. 14th is Ayrton. 15th is Pillars. 16th is RDW. So Bradfield then is now dropping back from Woods at the moment. I don't believe those lap counters, by the way, because Woods has somehow done 22 laps on those medium tyres. I don't believe that for 1 second, really. And Gouda, who's obviously been floating around, has done no laps on his hard tyres at all. And look at this, and Farf is now can see the black and white Hassan in his rear mirrors. He's on the medium tyres. Is Farf going to be able to get to the end on the hard tyres? This safety car is really it's really shook things up, hasn't it? Because who knows what the strategy is going to be now then. It might have been a simple one-stop for the majority of the field, but it ain't anymore. So those hard tires going to get to the end. We've only just crossed the half-distance line here, Alan Way. And now it's the Gort. There's a car in front. I think that's one of the racing points. It's Mars at the moment. We've also got Woods and Bradfield. Bradfield is still within the DRS range here. So is he going? And he's dropping back slightly, and so I don't think he's going to be able to put up too much of a fight on Woods. They're going into turn 1 then. And this has been an incredible race. Look at Pete. He's all over the back now, isn't he? He's all over the back of Hammerstead. We're on board then. It's Hammerstead who's just going to pit side. Pease has got some pace here. He's having to recover for the field, isn't he? After he came a cropper up at turn 1, didn't he? Unfortunately, we're not sure what happened there. He's up to 11th position. Infamous Pillars to set the fast off the race. He's also behind Ayrton. He's alongside Ayrton. He passes Ayrton. Pillars is up into 14th position. Passes Ayrton, who's on a fantastic race up until a couple of laps ago as well. Unfortunately for him, then. Back on board with Farf, the Gort once again. Farf just in front of us, 0.6 of a second there. He's on the hard tyres, Farf is. I'm wondering if he's going to be, remember in Australia he took those medium tyres a very long way into the race, didn't he? And he was a lap short there of being an absolute fantastic race. Here tonight then, is he going to be doing the same now, but this time with the hard tyres. Can the hard tyres go right to the end then? That is going to be very difficult indeed, isn't it, to get to the end on the hard tyres. I apologize guys, I can see all your comments there. I'll quickly go through them as quickly as possible as Lucius has dropped down 2 positions there. He's behind the Pillars and Ayrton, and down in the 50th position as well then. The Gort there is 5-10 seconds away. Has he got DRS? He has got DRS. It didn't look open there from the first shot there. Is it going to look? He's going to look then it's through it there, but Farf is keeping his line there. He's not yielding, is he, Farf, is it? And they out of turn 2 now into turn 3 then. He's got another shot of DRS now then as they climb up the hill then. And look at this, there's 2 cars there. Look, the Gort's having a look there, but he hasn't got enough straight line speed as they come up into a turn the hill there, turn number 4. Good stuff indeed then. Is Bradfield is still keeping tabs actually on Woods. Lovely stuff indeed then. We've also got Velocity that came on the back of Camaro Racing. Is now alongside. He passes Camaro Racer, moves up into 8th position then as well. Lovely stuff indeed there. And parking in the apex as well. Gunnar is now on the medium tyres then, and that's him done until the end of the race now then. Gunnar, if he can keep his nose clean, Gunnar potentially could be looking at some points there, because I feel that a couple of guys in front of him still need to come into the pits there before the end of this race, which is probably the biggest understatement that I've made then, as now we're on board then, as Darren has said, I've not heard Sean say Camera Racer yet. I keep going Camaro, don't I? I think it might be Camera Racer or Camera Racer. I'm rubbish with names, don't I? So we're on board then with the Gore, I should say, and he is now chasing down. We got a 5-car battle. Nunda, Velocity, Camera Racer, and Peas are all in the same shot. We'll have a look at them in just a minute, but before we do, let's all go on board the Gort then. The Gort is finished second in Azerbaijan. He did have a very good Australian Grand Prix, did he? But he is back in it now, isn't he, tonight? And he is battling for the lead there. Far first on the hard tyres. The Gort is on the medium tyres. The Gort, I think, will have to come back in the pits at some stage then. And what tyres going to go on then? We got now Nunda, Camera Racer, Peas as well. And there is Peas in the background there in 10th position. And the man who's on pole position, Bradfield, is in the pits there. No, then, sorry, I apologise. It's Woods in the pits there. And now then we've got Velocity who's up behind his teammate. Remember, Nunda doing a cracking job there, isn't he? He's now up into a 7th position there. Nunda's great stuff indeed there. Hats off to Nunda. Brilliant stuff indeed there. As now we come into turn number 1 as well. Pease has passed Camaro Racer as it's Camaro like the car. Damn you, Sean, is Dan was saying there. Of course, he used some more explicit words than that, but of course, we are a PG show up here, aren't we? As now Camaro Racer is now up into 9th position then. Pease is in 8th position road. He's 2 tenths away from Nunda. I think Nunda's doing a cracking job, isn't he? He wants driver of the day, doesn't he? Lucius is back in the pits as well. Oh my goodness me, he had so much more pace up, and he somehow had the reaction there. He's up into 7th position. He passes Nunda. Cracking driver from Pease, the pole sitter, and how he didn't go back of Nunda is beyond me. That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. And look at that then, a bit of traction there coming out of turn 10 as well. And then look at this velocity. Now Pease as well. Got Nunda in 8th position, Camaro in 9th position, 10th is Hammers as well then. 16 cars remain then. Unfortunately, Mazda didn't take the start there because he is now on an updated version. He's kind of he's in the future compared to us at the moment. It's like Back to the Future, really, isn't it? And we've got Red Bow, who unfortunately she retired at turn 12 then. Shane retired at the exit of turn 8 then, and Energetics had a big smash there, similar to Emerson there. So that's 2 big names that have crashed at the exit of turn 6 in this event. Goodness me. Coming through the final corner again, then Total Peace, and there's a second back at the moment there. Farfair is at the moment doing a good job in keeping the gore at bay then. Camera Racers now up into 8th position as well then. As look at these cars and in the background there's Infamous Pillars and also Ayrton in the background as well. I don't believe those two need to stop again, so yeah, we'll see where they can come from, where they can get to now then. Ayrton is just outside the points, but will Infamous Pillars need to stop again? He's on the medium tyres. He's done 4 laps on his medium tyres as well. Gunnar I don't think needs to stop either, so there is our three drivers there that could be looking at some major points here today, but it does depend on how this race pans out, doesn't it? We had a safety car in goal, didn't we, in the final stage of goal, didn't we, on Sunday, of course. On board then with Gordon. He's 3/10 of a second away at the moment from Farf is doing a great job to repel this at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. As Darren is saying, sure, a lot of the top 10 have got a pit. I think, yeah, majority of them still got a pit as well. And the question is about the hard tires as well, isn't it? Where they're going to get to the end then. I'm sure it's Far's going to get to the end then. He's still got another 10 laps good. That'll be 23 odd laps on those hard tires. The Gore is much more better placed now, isn't he? Farf is going to have to defend there, but he is going to defend for too long there because on the outside, yellow flag as one of the other Renault drivers. It is RD Wee who is having trouble to the same place as Shane there, but he's getting back up now. 2 Renaults are having a bit of a crisis in the same period of time there. Goodness me. Farf is having a look. He's going to have a lunge up the inside. The door was gaping there. I think he would have been definitely interested to stick his toe in there, Farf, but he I think was thinking about the long game at the moment. Farf is at the moment, isn't he? And it's just because he's on those hard tires, isn't he? Curly Red is in the pits as well. Velocity is all over the back of Bradfield, who is on those hard tires as well then. And Curly Red there is in the pits, changes to the medium tires as well then. And there's a Ghost Racing Point there just in the bottom as well. Pease and the Velocity then is behind Bradfield, and Bradfield then is being overtaken here from Velocity. He's at the inside there. Is Pease going to get by as well, his teammate? And Bradfield then is there going to be any team orders then in the AlphaTauri then, but not the moment now. Bradfield is still in front of his teammate at the moment, and Lucius set fast up the race. He ain't going to get any points at the moment. Pease is at the inside, and Bradfield there is being displaced down into 6th position as well. A drive-through penalty there. I think it's for I don't know who it's for. It might be for RGW actually, for coming into the pits there for the Renault there, as Bradfield is really missed the step there, didn't he? He's gone wide there out of turn number 10 as well. Oh my goodness me, Sean Hammers and Infamous Pillars there is battling away, isn't they, for 8th and 9th here in this race. Good stuff indeed then, as we're on board then with we're on board, and now look, it says Pillars on the inside and passes Hammers. Hammers has gone back on the inside then. Lovely stuff indeed there for Hammers there, as cool as you like. The Gort is he's dropped down. He's out of the lead then. The Gore is out of the lead then. As I said, as Farf is back through then. The lead has changed again in the matter of 2 laps then. Oh goodness me then. Good stuff indeed then. Back to this battle here between Infamous Pillars and Short Hammers. I'm not sure. It's like I'm spoiled for choice at the moment. Another lockup for Hammers there. They're really absolutely destroying those tires out at the moment. 21 out of 29 there. And now Pillars has come back through the field as well. He's having a 7th position. Fantastic camera there as well. And Velocity has dropped to behind Pease is back on the full finish. He's had a fantastic drive out there, isn't he? And Curly Red there is up to 7th position as well. Bradfield is been and gone there. Gunnar is now up to 11th position as well. He's just outside the points, but Gunnar on a spectacular race there, isn't he? Good 17. Woods also on a strong race as well. And now we're just watching this battle between 4th and 5th position, which is Peas and Velocity at the moment. We've also got Hammer's and Infamous Pillars also in close company as well. Lovely shot indeed then as they come down the hill then. As just saying that then the medias will do 12 to 15 laps ish there. Good information there from Dan Murphy in the comments there as well. Darren saying, come on Gunnar, the hards can last until the end then. So yeah, so far surely doesn't need to come in the pits, and so the Gort will need to come in the pits then. But it looks like that then. Interesting stuff indeed there. Lovely stuff Ben, as Dan is saying, I think I'd done 13 laps on the medium and had 60% wear then. So yeah, so good stuff indeed there. Good information there in the chat there from the drivers. Oh, as look at this, we got Favre in the pits and the Gord's in the pits as well. I wasn't expecting that, but they're both in at the same time. Favre is on the soft tires. Soft tires there. Mike has taken the lead here in Bahrain on lap 22. Oh, Troy, it could be a 2 and 2 then. We've had 2 and 2 in gold. We've had 2 and 2 in silver. We're going to have 2 and 2 in bronze, are we? Favre's out of the pits now. The Gore's out of the pits as well. This is definitely livened things up, hasn't it? Goodness me, and who is going to win the second race of bronze here tonight then? It is definitely very much up in the air then. Curly Red there is gained on Ayrton then. Ayrton there's best finish has been 10th position in a race so far, and he is now dropping down to 10th position as well, as Curly has just got in front then, and Ayrton is down in 10th position. Gunnar is behind in 11th position, and Woods in 12th position as well then. So they are queuing up behind him indeed then. This is going to be fantastic, isn't it? Total Peace then is on lap 11 over medium tires then. So as Dan said, they can do a lot of lappage still on those medium tires, and the hard tires should get to the end of the race. But I'm quite surprised that Favre came in the pits there. Interesting stuff indeed then. Darren is asking why is Favre for coming to the pit. Said I'm wondering if Favre is just feeling a bit nervous about what happened in Melbourne, wasn't it, where he got a puncture then. So it might be just about embraces kind of thing, because he did, because if with the Gort coming in the pits as well, because he knew the Gort had to come in the pits then. So yeah, he wouldn't have lost the lead there. Now Mike then has been caught up quite rapidly, hasn't it? I think it was 2 seconds at the end of that lap. Well, that just shows how quick the soft tires are. Can the soft tires get to the end then? They got the track is rubbered in now, and also the fuel load has gone right down as well, isn't it? Into the pits there comes up Mike as well. Gort is now up in 2 seconds as well, as Gort got the pace then on Favre as we go into the final stages of this race as well. Velocity is back on the third position. Into the pits there comes Mike, and he's changing tires. He's on the soft tires that the McLaren driver is then. Also Pease is in the pits as well then, and there's a lot of drivers then going to be on the soft tires then. So it's a not simple one-stop race like it has been in the other 2 races here, has it? As this has really shook things up then as well then, as you can see there on the left-hand side there, as the drivers there are just making their way up through the field as well then. And Mike is now out in a 9th position there, as Gunnar is in 10th position as well. Peace just outside the points, 11th position there. And look at Woodson, look at this, and oh goodness gracious, it's going to be Maldonado and Gutierrez, and lovely stuff indeed. That Infamous Pillars has got it's got a 3-second penalty, but Pease has just managed to get out there in front of Woods, and I've got to say that both drivers avoided the Gutierrez and Maldonado, so good top skill there. And Woods having a look at that, but Total Pease is chopping off that nose cone of the Carlos Sites number 55 car of Woods, and good stuff indeed then. But now we've got Bradfield, who is now very interested in this battle as well then. Bradfield has done only a lap on, oh goodness me, we had a bit of lag there. I thought he was going shooting right off there into no man's land there. Mike is all over the back of Ayrton. Ayrton is in 8th position at this moment in time. Ayrton had to make an extra stop, Dinny on the hard tire. Well, he has to make a stop anyway, I think Ayrton did, but unfortunately Ayrton is right the way further back because of that extra stop then. And now Mike is on the inside then. He passes far for set the fast of the race, and he's going to go for the four host of points here, isn't he? Mike is now up into 8th position, and let's see how many points he gets. Remember, he's the championship leader at the moment. Mike is then. Let's see where he could finish from here on, and then Gunnar in the points one, but Total Peace on the soft tires there. It's going to be, I would say it's going to be quite easy, but Gunnar is not giving up this, is he? Because of course he's getting some points at the moment there. But Peace is on the inside there. Gunnar's on the outside. Is Peace as also Dole to Gunnar's momentum as well, and he is up into 10th position there. Peace is up into 10th. Gunnar 11th, and in 12th position is Woods, and Bradfield in 13th position there as well. We've got some battles that are still to be won then. This race is not over yet, is it? Velocity and Camera Racer are still out there on the the hard tires in 4th and 5th position. Then there's a lot of contenders for Jordan Dale there. Infamous Pillars is in 5th position now. Hammers in 6th, Curry Red 7th, Spirat in 8th position, Ayrton in 9th position, and Pease is in the 10th position. And this is the battle for 11th, 12th, and 13th position. This might become points there. This will be very interesting indeed. Then Dan is saying the sauce will go to the end now. Sean then good stuff indeed there. Once again, Dan there is my saviour, my saving grace, isn't he? As we come into turn 8 there, as Woods has gone wide there, and now Bradfield has gone. Oh no, he had, because he got on the low pedal too heavy there. Bradfield did, and he had to correct the car, and he's lost all the momentum as well. Now Mike is now Sprat is up into and over to 8 for the start. They almost collided in the straight line. I think they did there. As Mike there, I'm not sure if he cut off Curry Red a bit too viciously there. Goodness me. Oh gosh, I might have been a bit violent there for Mike. I only seen the end of it though, as I was looking down at the championship scores as I was trying to quickly work out what was going on, which is probably the biggest waste of time ever, because my math is absolutely appalling. 4.1 seconds the gap is now between Hammers and Mike then, and to the final stage of this race as well then. So let's see what where Mike can finish up then as well. We've also got Ayrton, who is battling with Total Peas as well, as Total Peas is also set the fastest of the race. He's took it from far hasn't he, as Peas is now up into 9th for this as well. Look in the back, and there Gooner is being swamped by Woods and Bradfield. Woods is up into 10th finish, and no, yeah, he's up to 11th finish, I should say that. Now Gooner's up into 12th, down into 12th, I should say, and Bradfield is also waiting in the wings as well. Great stuff indeed. Then there's a lot of battles here still to be decided here in Bahrain, with only 5 laps to go in this race. Only 5 to go in this incredible Bahrain Grand Prix. Once again, Bronze having an absolutely stonker race, haven't they? Really good stuff indeed. That 2.4 seconds between the guard. We got a yellow flag, and who is it? I think it's Ardy Wee. Ardy Wee is having some issues there, and in the red there, and unfortunately for Ardy Wee, he's on the 3 lap hard soft tires there. Unfortunately for Ardy Wee, then is on a couple of issues. What's his teammate? Favre's come around the final turn as well. Gore is reading it in quite. It's minimal at the moment, isn't it? Look at that, 2.2 seconds. Look at the top right, left-hand corner there. That is the times coming down. Then it's very minimal at this stage of proceedings. Said with only a couple laps to go there. But the Gore is definitely giving Favre cause for concern, isn't he? I wonder if Favre's just paced himself in the final stages of the race. That Curly Red then is now under siege once again. This time it's from Total Peace, the man who's on pole position there, having a very difficult race to say the least, isn't he? He's now gone onto the sand as well. Then he is now gaining. Curly Red there is defending, so he's going to give him a squeeze and cover a race. Has got a 3-second penalty, and now it's Curly Red there slots on the inside and passes. And a Total Peace up between position. Curly Red up to 9th. Bradfield has passed Gooner as well. Then Gooner then dropping down the order. Then Gooner's trying to get back into the slip. Oh my goodness me! And Gooner's gone straight into the back of Bradfield there. And oh dear! And Gooner there, of course, just misjudged the breaker point there. We remember how Gutierrez is actually doing that to Sutil, I think, in 2013 in China. But yeah, Gooner going straight to the back of Bradfield. He has damaged the wing. Gooner has. What a shame there. We had a bird's eye view there. I've got to say, good stuff indeed. That from our point of view, but unfortunately not for Gooner, is it? And oh dear, that's not good at all for Gooner. And what a shame, because Gooner, that was his most competitive drive that we've seen Gooner do in such a long time. Oh, so that's a massive shame there for Gooner, who's dropped down to 15th position as well. Yellow flag again, and as Ardy Wee has got a problem with those soft tires. I think they are screaming at me. I think they're overheating. They're really giving him a lack of grip now. Mike has Spratt has had a lot of grip, hasn't he? As look at this, we've got Pease, who's also caught up over him, hand over fist as well. So Infamous Pillars doing a cracking job on those medium tires, and look at Pease there, almost going into the back as well. Incredible stuff, then indeed. Then as we come out of the final turn, lovely shot here at the wheel. Here comes Spratt, and he is gaining. Wow, look at that. There's going to be 3 cars. There is 3 cars. And Pease, oh my goodness me. And Pease is on the outside. Is he going to take it? He has taken it. Fantastic maneuver there from Pease. Wow, brilliant stuff there indeed there. Wow, as I got to say, incredible stuff indeed there. And he is up into 6th position there. Mike was challenging for 6th, and somehow he stayed in the same position. Brilliant racing up and down the field there. Ardy Wee is out of the race then, as Issues there already as Gunnar's in the pits as well. So unfortunately, having an extra pit stop because of the damage that going into the back of Bradfield. Gunnar's out of the race, and we're down to 14 cars in this race. Then, as unfortunately, Mars didn't take the start, and so we had 19 cars for the first time this season. We've only had 19 cars start this race as well. Then, yellow flag in it too. Then, as I thought I was far from first. Then it is the other Renault there of. It was the other runner there of Artie Wee, which just parked onto the side of the track as well. Nunda, who was had an up and down race, hadn't he? He was staring at some really good points, and all of a sudden he's right down the order, isn't he? In 13th position then as well. Infamous Pillars there is dragging this car on, isn't he? At the moment, doing a great job there. Total Pieces' next target is 7 seconds in front, which is this man here. Infamous Pillars said as they come out of the final turn and on lap 28, they can Pillars get past Camera Racer. Camera Racer has already got a 3-second penalty at least. Have more penalties as well. He is going to the inside. Pillars is at the inside. He's not shy of a break of an overtake, is he? And late braking, and he is up into 4th position. And well done from the Ferrari driver, and he is on his way as well. And Camaro is not going to be able to come back at him. Next up is Velocity and a podium potentially there for Pillars. Then, but we'll find out. He's only got 2 laps, hasn't he? On 13 lap at medium tires. And I'm not sure, even with Pillars' incredible touch of the brake pedal and the acceleration pedal, I don't think he's going to have enough time in the bank there to get on the podium here. Then on board with Hammerstead, who's keeping Sprat in view of the road, isn't he? At the moment in time, then Sprat is leading the championship, and I think he still will be, if I'm not very much. No, but I am very much mistaken. Velocity, I think, will be taking lead in the championship, but Mike having a very strong race there, and he got some very more decent points there for the McLaren driver as well then. And it's been a fantastic race, hasn't it? There's been a lot of incidents, so hasn't there? I'm actually action-packed all the way there. Darren is just saying brave from Peace there. It was a fantastic race from Peace. It really was. Absolutely enjoyed that. Really well done indeed then. Absolutely fantastic. It really was indeed then. And as I just looking at, I was just checking to see if just to make sure that we're all still hunky-dory, and indeed we are. Camera Racer is still not giving up on that 4th position, is he? As we come into turn 1 as well. Final lap then. Bahrain as Lucius is out of the race as well, and he is and it's hit the perilous turn number 12, unfortunately, as well. So unfortunately Lucius is out of the race then. As a Brady sorted, Master saying that was an unreal overtake between Pease, Sparat and Mike Hammers there. And Farf was quite out for his triple overtake, was overtaking gold there. I think that's been equalled by Total Peace. An absolutely incredible overtake indeed it was. I don't think Farf is going to be too concerned now at this moment in time, is he? As he is now coming up to the final couple of corners. Farf has done a really good job of managing this pace here tonight, hasn't he? And this is going to be a last time he won an ALR under the ALR banner. Actually, was back in season 2 of Gold then. So he has been waiting a long time, hasn't he? But this will be his first race win in bronze as he comes through the final turn, and Farf wins his first race in bronze. Fantastic stuff there from Farf. Second position is Gore had a very strong drive after what happened in Australia. Brilliant stuff indeed there. He's well off the pace, wasn't he? But good stuff indeed there from the Gore there. In third position there at the moment is Velocity. Is he going to be able to get to the end then? Velocity again is on the podium for 2 races in a row then, and this consistency could be what really puts him in play in the championship this season. Well, he's third then. Pillars in 4th position. 5th position is Pease. Great drive from Pease. Camera Racer in 6th position, and here comes Mike then in 7th position. Hammers is actually 7th, and Mike is down to 8th. Mike is down to 9th, and this is a bit of a disastrous end there to Mike, hasn't he? He's got a couple of penalties. Ayrton in 10th position. Is he going to get the point? Ayrton does get the point as well. Woodson in 10th position there. Bradfield in a 12th position, and Noonda in 13th position as well then. But Farf, his first race win in ALR bronze, and what a drive it was from the Renault driver. Good stuff indeed there. Of course, he started 10th on the grid, and he wins the Bahrainian Grand Prix then. And brilliant stuff indeed. And drive today was Camera Racer. Great drive from Camera Racer there. Really in the thick of it all the way through, wasn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed there. As Mazbot up 214 fair from Pretty Sorted. Yeah, good drive there from Mazbot. Really well done. Unfortunately, we didn't see Maz there. Is Farf is looking beautiful today, isn't he? And he wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Really well done indeed. Then as well then as just spraying the champagne all over the podium as well then. And Darren saying, good to see Woods back too. It is really good to see him back, isn't it? Fast out goes to Piece, and the final classification from the Bahrain Grand Prix. Round 2 of bronze set. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Farf won the race there from 10th on the grid. The Gort second. Great drive from the Gort there. Velocity in third position. Pillars in fourth there. Total Peace there in 5th position. Camaro in 6th. Hammers in 7th. Red at 8th then. Sparat in 9th position. Ayrton in 10th then. Woods, great drive from 18th to 11th. Lovely stuff indeed there. Bradfield 12th there. Nunda in 13th. Retirement is Lucius Mazda, had a DNS unfortunately. Gunnar, RDW, Rentbo, Shane Mac F1 and Energetics retired from the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is quite a while ago now, wasn't it? Goodness me. This race is, well, it feels like a lifetime ago then that we've seen Energetics there in the wall indeed then. Really good stuff indeed then, as you can see. Ayrton is chuffed to bits then. He got a point as well then. And let me just apologize guys, go see a blue screen for the minute because I need to unmute Farf, I think, which unfortunately I have to, don't I really? So I need to speak to him. But great stuff indeed then. We'll talk to Farf for a minute. We'll also talk to Velocity as well. And the Velocity, I think, according to my maths, is leading the championship. Lovely stuff indeed then. Right then. As I catch a breath. Farf, what a drive today. That's your first race win. Well, an ALR since Bahrain Season 2, but this is your first ever race win in a bronze day. Fantastic stuff, Farf. Really well done.
I'll have to take the piss, don't you?
Excuse the French there. But what?
Love it.
How was your drive today, though?
It was alright.
Oh, lovely.
It was alright.
How are you feeling for the rest of the season, though? Because it looks like you and the Gort there was very much nip and tuck then. But do you feel that you had the Gort at arm's length?
Yeah, at the time penalty, so I knew I had him. I've got to give you boys on a toe, and I.
Lovely stuff indeed. Well done, Farf. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. And the man of many words as always. Let's come to Velocity next then, as I think Velocity's in the party. Indeed he is. Velocity. I gotta say you were feeling a bit concerned at the beginning of this race, but my goodness me, no need to be concerned at all. And I think you're leading the championship now. Well done.
Oh, honestly, I could be happy with this result. Got rounded turn 1, back of the grid, fucked it up on the mediums, went 1 lap extra, spun it, but unreal, honestly, unreal. I couldn't be happier with it.
What happened at turn 1? Actually, because there was a lot of mayhem in turn 1. What went wrong there?
Well, basically, the Ferrari squeezed me to the outside. Whoever was on my outside didn't back out and clipped my rear wheel and spun me round.
Oh dear, that's not good at all then. But going on to both drivers now, going on to the next race in Vietnam. How are you both feeling? Let's start with Velocity first, Ed. How are you feeling going into Vietnam?
I want to get a points finish and that's about it. I'd rather kill myself than race that track, honestly. It's horrific, but yeah, as long as I can finish in the points, keep my championship lead or keep within like 5 points, I'll be happy.
And what about you, Farf? How are you feeling in Vietnam?
Ha.
Lovely. Right, that's it then for us. We'll be back in Vietnam then in a week's time. I'm looking forward to that track. It's a new track and the first of 2 on the ALR calendar, isn't it? So that is going to be really good stuff indeed then. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm absolutely buzzed. I don't think many of the drivers are, because it's like a Marmite circuit. You either love it or you hate it. Anyway, we're going to the end of the stream now. Thank you for your comments tonight, guys. It's been really good stuff indeed there. Gio's just said too late to join the stream. Unfortunately, it is, my good man. But we'll see you in a week's time on Sunday, 6:30 UK time for gold. See you then. Goodbye.